of global, independent music.
So we played some Fear of the Masses in there. Of course, threw in some Fragile Existence before that with Honor Among Thieves. We played some Apostasy with Architects.
News and interviews.
This is Chris Harmony from the Overs Metal Militia. This is Dave from Marlon Sposs. This is Kevin MMK of Intercourse. This is Josh from Fear the Masses.
This is Nick Canato, Andrew Whiten. I'm Pat Stone. We're Some Star, and you're listening to the official SN Radio.
Brought to you in part by Cold Cock Whiskey and Blow Paste.
If you want to make his day and put a smile on his face, taste the magic of Blow Paste.
And now syndicated on the Indie Authority, Thursdays, 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern. It's Indie 180, and the show starts now.
Aw, shit, snaps, jet shit. I have no idea what the fuck I just said. What's up, everybody? It's official fucking new radio, OFNR. And for the next 3 hours, or 180 minutes, we are taking over Metal Fortress 2. All views and opinions expressed here on OFNR don't reflect Metal Fortress. They reflect my dumb ass right here at OFNR. So if you're offended, call me. Talk to me. My number is 203-794-6367. If you got anything wrong with what I'm going to say tonight, go fuck yourself, San Diego. I'm in a mood. I am in a fucking mood, guys. I'm going to let you know that shit now. On the Skype line with me, my two co-hosts, and guess what? I've got an intro for both of them. Check this shit out.
This is Josh from Under the Coven. You're listening to motherfucking Indie 180 on official fucking new radio. And this is my motherfucking intro, because I'm awesome. And I'm Josh from Under the Coven. IntoTheCovenCC.com.
This is Brian from The Shape.
Brian Almeida.
You know my name.
You're Brian from The Shape.
Why, yes, I am indeed. You know my name.
Brian from The Shape.
Hello.
Hey, you're Brian from The Shape, aren't you?
I am indeed.
Oh, shit.
Hi, Brian from The Shape.
Hurrah.
Hi, Josh.
Last week we offended some people.
Yeah. No, not last week.
Hello?
Just in general. I'm just covering my ass. I don't want somebody to get butthurt over some shit that I say here on OFNR, which stands for Official Fucking New Radio.
I'm not here for 1 week, and you offend somebody.
Fucking New Radio. I just want to make sure, man, because people get butthurt about stupid shit.
Well, I'm mad because I wasn't there for it.
No, nobody was. This has nothing to do with OFNR. I'm just covering my ass ahead of time because here at OFNR, there is no censorship. There is no fucking filter, man. So I just want to make sure anybody tuned in doesn't get their panties in a little bunch and get all butthurt. And if you do, there's this cool button. It's called the off button. You can shut us off.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want you to do that. I hope you stick around all night. We've got a great show for you. But if you start seeing that you're offended by some stupid shit that we have to say, then you probably want to reevaluate your life. Get off the internet and reevaluate your life and make sure that, things don't butthurt you so much.
That makes sense.
And check your vagina, your genitalia. Check that out.
Check your vag. You probably got some sand in your vag. I gotta do the reference to the penis because I know people get upset when we talk about penis here on OFNR.
Penis.
So penis, vagina, dick, boob.
Cock, balls.
Shit.
What's up, everybody? It is the 27th. It is the last week of October. We are fucking mere days away from Halloween. We've got an amazing fucking show this weekend, Friday night, over at Cook's Cafe for Metal Fortress's birthday bash. OFNR will be doing what we do, which is broadcasting live from Cook's Cafe. We'll be hanging out, kicking ass all night. You got Continuum, you got Agrippa 93, you got Shadow Kingdom, you got Havoc Hate, you got Tamusian, you got fucking all kinds of fun shit. come in costume. It's only $5 to get in. If you don't come in costume, A, you're an asshole, and B, it's going to cost you $8.
You go fuck yourself.
It's going to cost you $8 to get in, and $3 more. That's $3 you can get a Pabst, man.
That's it. You need the Pabst in your life.
Because I'm a redneck and I'm in trouble.
Goddamn right. America.
America.
Some things happen once in a lifetime, and other things happen only once.
Anyhow, it's OFNR. It's Official FM Radio. It's Indie 180, our weekly 3-hour show dedicated to supporting the global independent music community. Tonight, I have got something I'm really excited for because we've been playing this artist since we started back in 2006.
Ooh.
So this goes 9 years in the making. Tonight we're going to talk to JAZAN Wild from fucking California. Now, the cool thing about JAZAN Wild is he's not just a musician, he's also a graphic novelist.
Ooh.
And the shit that he puts out is fucking pretty awesome. I've got the newest Funhouse of Horrors in my grubby possession. And you guys can get it too for free. I'll put up the link on the Indie 180 group page here just momentarily. You guys can go get it for free via the Google store. Go get it. It's free. And the cool thing is he makes music to go along with the novels. Now, he doesn't pencil them or any of that. He just writes the shit. And then he has artists do the work, you know? But it's pretty fucking badass, man. I'm like, I've been reading through it. It's a 240-page fucking thing, so it's not like I could have read the whole thing. But I did read some of it, and I'm telling you what, I'm impressed, man. I really fucking dig it. It's called Funhouse of Horrors. It's by JAZAN Wild, JAZANWILD. Go check it out in the Google Play Store for free. For free, motherfuckers.
Do it.
Free. Free.
Free 99.
Free 50.
Oh,
price
flashing
on the
discount.
So around 9 o'clock, we're going to talk with JAZAN Wild. And, he's like, well, how long do you think this might go? And I said, usually it takes about an hour. And, we're going to talk about, of course, the books, because he's got more than one. The music, because he's got more than one. And, of course, usually we talk about the industry itself, like the state of music affairs.
It's usually how it goes.
So it usually takes about an hour. So he's all for it. He's happier than pig and shit. He's really excited to talk with us. The guy has done so much shit, man. He sent me a resume today of the things that he's done, and it's like, God damn, dude, you've been doing a lot of stuff for a long time. And I'm really excited to talk to him, so I cannot fucking wait to do that. Let's see, what other things do we got coming up? We're not picking a band name tonight. Go fuck yourselves. We've got a band name for tonight. Tonight we're Jimmy Dean and the Sausage Smugglers. That's courtesy of the butcher from fucking Into the Coven.
God damn it, Jesse. What the hell? I gotta mute my microphone for a second.
So,
Who smuggled sausages?
Sausage Smugglers, you fucker. All right, so here are the names for October. You got to pick. And Josh, if you can throw up the question for me, that would be awesome.
Okay, I got it.
The choices this month. Which is the best band name? Limp Turnip, Mars Glory Hole, Juicing Fire, or Jimmy Dean and the Sausage Smugglers. I'm noticing a trend.
I gotta go with Jimmy Dean.
I'm noticing a trend this month. I don't know about you guys.
God damn it.
So there you go. Limp Turnip, Mars Glory Hole, Juicing Fire, or Jimmy Dean and the Sausage Smugglers.
Son of a bitch.
Now, that Jimmy Dean and the Sausage Smugglers does go to a story. There is a story about this. I'll be damned if I remember where oh, there it is. It could be a news story, but I'll do it now just because, we're talking about it.
Fuck it.
A woman was arrested for masturbating with Jimmy Dean's sausages in the Walmart bathroom.
Oh, that's awful.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and when you see this woman, you'll never eat Jimmy Dean's sausages ever again. I'm posting this in our group page again. Tonight we are Jimmy Dean and the Sausage Smugglers. Dude, she's a hideous beast.
Oh, she is. No, she's gnarly. She looks like Precious. Sorry.
Now I'm offended. That's it. Game over. Show's over. We're out of here. All right, which one of you fags are driving? That's probably Brian, right?
Si, senor.
Si, senor. Driving home from work, I see?
Si.
Right on.
Long day.
Yeah, man.
Long day.
Of course, tomorrow night, Keith Pearson from the Underground and Below. Check that shit out. Each and every Wednesday night. Shout outs to Meta Fortress for syndicating, or simulcasting rather, our show tonight. We'll try not to be too offensive.
Try.
All right, we've already surpassed that by
we already said so many things.
Just by doing this story right here. This woman was found in the bathroom in Louisiana, in Walmart. Basically, they thought that she was shoplifting food, but it was way worse. Like, I'd almost rather she was shoplifting food.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
She was shoving the sausages under her shirt. Then they found her in the bathroom where she remained for at least 30 minutes. The guard says he knocked on the bathroom door several times, but the woman did not respond. He then announced he was entering. He found her behind the door of an unlocked stall, saying something that will haunt his dreams forever.
Did he really say that?
That's what it says here. It says he said, quote, "This will haunt his dreams forever," unquote. Security guard reports when he entered the stall, Johnson was inappropriately pleasuring herself with Jimmy Dean package of sausages.
Oh my fucking God.
He said that when he entered, she didn't even stop. She just stared at me and kept going.
That's so gross.
Awkward.
Wait, what? She just dead up looked at him straight ahead and was like, fuck it up. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, she's already
uncooked raw meat in my vagina.
She's already mid-sausage, dude. You don't... I mean, look, if you're like there, you're sausaging yourself, man. You don't stop, do you?
Well, I've never sausaged myself.
Brian?
When you're sausaging, you must continue.
Oh.
And the female officers entered the restroom with Johnson, quote-unquote, putting in work with the sausage, unquote.
Yeah, she looks like she'd say that. She looks like a retarded gorilla.
Dude, where's this fucking link?
On the Indie 180 group page. Holy fuck. And you don't even have to click the link. The picture's right there. She really does look like a retarded gorilla.
I have to see this.
She literally looks like some guy was like, hey, you know what? I should fuck something out of my own species. And he did. And this is the offspring.
And now we know why there's fucking human DNA found in fucking hot dogs and shit.
She looks like she walks around saying, kill me.
See, my concern is sausages and hot dogs and things, they're not like...
Oh my God!
They give you cancer, Bob.
Dude, that looks like I don't even care if I offend somebody. It looks like a retarded Mooney hillbilly from like fucked Precious and Jason during his Mongoloid phase.
The motherfucking hills. The motherfucking hills have eyes, motherfucker.
That's what I was gonna say. Damn it.
Oh shit.
She ain't climbing no hills, I can tell you that.
Oh my.
But see, so my what I was going to say, what I was saying earlier is like sausages and hot dogs and shit. They're like bendy and like they break apart kind of easy. Like,
well, oh god, that's
wouldn't
awful.
you be worried that like you're fucking going to town with a fucking Jimmy Dean sausage in your vag hole?
Ugh.
And like, what happens if it breaks off? Like, granted,
what happens since it's uncooked?
Well, like, here's the other thing. You guys heard the hot dog down a hallway expression?
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole new thing.
There you go.
That's like a hot dog down a well, dude.
Oh, god damn. It's like...
Hush, hush, hush.
Oh, God, it probably sounds like when you stick your finger in Jell-O.
And imagine if she's, really on with it, like the sploosh you would hear. It would be like a fucking wave.
But it's probably got, when you take a shit and it drops back up into your asshole. That's...
Wow. So she was arrested and charged with shoplifting, indecent exposure, and resisting arrest.
Wait, so on top of that, she was like fighting with cops too.
Oh God!
Like, it's my right to shove uncooked sausages. I didn't pay
I'm
for
not
it, my
sharing my
vagina.
food with you. I'm not sharing my food with you.
Like, it says that she was shoving sausages, like plural, under her shirt. So I wonder, like, how many was she using at a shot?
Probably.
It looks like a pretty big girl.
There's a pack of what, 6 in Jimmy Dean?
Yeah, usually 6.
Well, here.
You guys are never gonna eat Jimmy Dean sausages ever again.
Imagine the smell.
Oh God!
Putting that out there.
Oh, dude!
Just imagine what that concoction would be like.
Fuck! Because you know her pussy smell.
Yeah, and you did uncooked sausages, and then just a bat. What was you said? It was a Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Walmart bathroom, so then you got to throw that in the equation too, and you know what that smells like.
Fucking gross.
Yeah.
Right, but like, and on top of that, like, this is a woman that doesn't seem to give a fuck too much about her hygiene. I mean, putting, uncooked meat.
Look at her.
Look, putting uncooked meat in your vag hole is probably not the fucking most sanitary thing.
Yep.
So yeah,
she looks like when she sees deodorant sticks that she bites into them instead of putting it under her armpit. That's how I'm brushing my teeth.
That is an accurate depiction of her voice, and I've never met her.
I get the hang of cleaning them.
Oh, fucking hell.
She looks like a Saint Bernard fell down the stairs face first.
Holy shit.
After fucking the blob.
Oh my God. You guys are fucking horrible tonight. I love it. I love it.
Doesn't that also look like a prison photo?
It really does look like that might be her mugshot, to be honest.
That's probably some oh God.
Sausage is the new black.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, this is an African American woman. Usually she got to get down with the black guys. So, I mean, I would think she needs like a couple sausages.
No, she's the reason why black guys date white women.
Well, I mean, it's Halloween too, so maybe she just wanted to fuck Freddy Krueger.
Maybe, dude. I don't know. Well, anyway, tonight we are Jimmy Dean and the Sausage Smugglers as a result of this. That's courtesy of the Busher.
Dude, that's gonna haunt my nightmares now. I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna dream that like I'm going to a bathroom and some like humongous mongoloid hillbilly that looks like fucking what was the thing from fucking Goonies? From Goonies?
Sloth?
Sloth, yeah.
Like fucking Sloth and the Stay Puft Black Mellow Girl like melded.
Hey, you guys!
And then like the smells like fucking 2 like Ecuadorian DMVs just like merged together, taking a shit everywhere.
Ecuadorian DMVs.
Oh my God.
Oh God, if we haven't offended anybody yet.
We are not trying hard enough.
It's the first 17 minutes.
Oh shit.
I see people tuning out. That's it. They're never coming back. Like, fuck this show.
I would tune out I would mentally tune out of life if I saw that picture and I wasn't as thick-skinned as I am.
What would you do if you saw that walking up to you?
Brian, your connection is shit. Hey.
Yeah, stop driving.
Yeah, you're
vomit profusely.
Dude, your connection there.
For me?
For like a couple minutes there was.
No, I would vomit profusely.
It was like.
I would vomit everywhere, or I'd probably kick her in the head out of fear.
Yeah, I mean, like, would you taser?
I'd probably like take whatever in my. I'd probably take like my inhaler and just like spray it in her eye and run.
No, but I mean, like, if you're the security guard or the police officer, which is probably worse. Like, do you taser? I mean, like, I don't
know.
Tranquilizer blow dart?
Maybe throw one of the sausages down the hallway and see if she runs after it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Was the door to the stall open, or did a guy just like walk in, or a person just walk into the stall?
According to this, the male security guard knocked on the bathroom door, walked in, and then he entered the stall.
Oh, you can't do that.
After knocking on it and saying, and I guess he found the door of the stall unlocked. And when he entered, she didn't even stop, quote unquote. She just stared at me and kept going. Shocked and also frightened for his safety, due to the fact that Johnson is a quote unquote big girl, the 140-pound security staff said he ran out until police arrived, and when they did, female officers entered the restroom with Johnson still, quote-unquote, putting in work with the sausage. All in all, it took 7 fucking police officers to restrain Johnson and pry the victimized sausage out of the woman's hands.
Oh, they touched it?
Well, they had gloves on.
I'd hope so.
Wait, that's like a SWAT team. That's like a SWAT team. That's 7 motherfuckers.
7 motherfucking police officers.
I think he handled it the right way. I'd have ran. I'd have been like, yeah, I'm out.
That's all I'm hearing out of you. Connection is shit.
I'm gonna check it out. How my Mets are.
How your nuts are doing?
Yeah, no, Mets, not nuts.
Oh, your Mets.
Yeah, you know.
I just said I would have ran.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
I'm 140 pounds. That bitch looks like she's fucking 320.
Like, would you go... see, like, me, I'm an asshole. I'd get up on the loudspeaker like, "Attention, Walmart shoppers. There's a woman fucking herself with sausages in the bathroom." Like, could you imagine taking your kid to, like, get their diaper changed or something in the bathroom, and you walk in and you see this?
She's just going...
Well, that's what I was trying to get at by asking you if the stall was open. I was like, yo, there's kids around. Like, I'd probably fucking taser her.
Oh, dude.
That's fucking gross.
Oh, fuck. It's so gnarly. Like, I just got a sickly heat flash. Like, ugh.
Stop.
Yeah.
I got the
But 7 guys, goddamn.
One guy was like, "The tits are good." Everybody looked at him like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah. It was the security guard.
What, the tits they had to pick up off the floor?
Yeah, he walks in. He's like, "Ma'am, the tits are good."
He ate the sausage.
Oh, dude. Do you cook and eat the sausage? I mean, you put that into evidence, I would think, right?
Oh, God, no, stop. They probably did.
Like, does that go to trial? Like, Your Honor, I'd like to show Exhibit A.
I'd like you to smell this Exhibit A.
Exhibit A is the worn-out fucking Jimmy Dean sausage. Looks like it's got mold on it, but that's just pussy juice. Don't mind her.
Brian, where the fuck are you going?
Brian?
I can hear his GPS.
Brian?
Back to the office to,
You're gonna go.
I'm here.
You're gonna go stop at fucking Walmart and pick up.
I am here.
You're gonna go stop off at Walmart and pick up Jimmy Dean fucking sausages, aren't you?
Oh, gross.
Well, to begin with, they're Jimmy Dean sausages that you microwave. How healthy could they be?
I mean, if they're the ones you microwave, they're not that big.
Well, that's the problem. Like, again, we don't have all the details, and I don't know that I want them all.
I kind of do. Am I wrong?
I would cry if I had all the details.
Shaniqua Johnson is her name, by the way.
Come on, no, it's not.
It is?
Oh.
Wait, her name is Shaniqua Johnson?
Yeah.
Shaniqua don't live here no mo.
That just made the story better.
That made it 10 times better. Now I have to know.
Ugh.
I might have to call this police station and be like, so...
Now, a lot of our news stories come from all over the place. This could be a fake story. I have no fucking idea. It's just nasty. It's fucking gross.
You know those pencil holders or like pen holders where like the pens like go around in a circle, right?
Right.
Like around a cup in the middle.
Right.
Did she like line sausages up like around together and just like shove one rocket sausage fucking cock up in there?
Oh, that's
Good
fucking
God.
awful. But it's so good.
God,
that's
so nasty.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, imagine what the bathroom looked like after.
Oh, it was a fucking crime scene.
Imagine what it smelled like.
Well, that's just it. Like, and then like being like the employee to have to go and clean that shit up.
I'd quit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm done.
I see somebody walking in there, bitch, you're gonna have to pay me overtime going in there.
Apparently, according to Snopes, Snopes says that the website regurgitated the story using same premises and photographs, but changing a lot of details. And
the maids are referred for a reason.
Go fuck
Our
yourself.
teams follow a 22-step.
So
ads.
Apparently, according to Snopes, it's a fake story. But
I don't know.
But I don't. Yeah.
Oh, but that picture is real.
Yeah, that picture's very real.
So I mean, fake or not, it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly.
Pretty fucking gnarly.
Oh my god.
Now, if all that wasn't offensive enough, now that we're 25 minutes in,
do it.
Making sure we get rid of the like squeamish right away.
Do it now.
You know what I mean? There's this awesome. I know I've played this before here on OFNR, but this is one of my favorite fucking things right here. An in-depth analysis of the fuck word.
Love it.
Perhaps one of the most interesting words in the English language today is the word fuck. Out of all of the English words that begin with the letter F, fuck is the only word that is referred to as the F word. It's the one magical word. Just by its sound can describe pain, pleasure, hate, and love. Fuck, as most words in the English language, is derived from German, the word frichen, which means to strike. In English, fuck falls into many grammatical categories. As a transitive verb, for instance, John fucked Shirley. As an intransitive verb, Shirley fucks. Its meaning's not always sexual. It can be used as an adjective, such as, John's doing all the fucking work. As part of an adverb, Shirley talks too fucking much. As an adverb enhancing an adjective, Shirley is fucking beautiful. As a noun, I don't give a fuck. As part of a word, abso-fucking-lutely, or in-fucking-credible. And, as almost every word in a sentence, fuck the fucking fuckers. As you must realize, there aren't too many words with the versatility of fuck, as in these examples describing situations such as fraud, I got fucked at the used car lot. Dismay, oh fuck it. Trouble, I guess I'm really fucked now. Aggression, don't fuck with me, buddy. Difficulty, I don't understand this fucking question. Inquiry, who the fuck was that? Dissatisfaction, I don't like what the fuck is going on here. Incompetence, he's a fuck off. Dismissal, why don't you go outside and play hide and go fuck yourself? I'm sure you can think of many more examples. With all of these multi-purpose applications, how can anyone be offended when you use the word? We say, use this unique, flexible word more often in your daily speech. It will identify the quality of your character immediately. Say it loudly and proudly. Fuck you.
God,
Poetry.
I fucking love it. Oh man, every time I hear it, it's just like it reinforces the fact that we are our official fucking new radio.
Boom.
So,
love it.
We're gonna take a quick music break, and then I've got Ho Resumes, which is an outstanding video. If you guys haven't seen it, we'll post a link. We also got to talk about 7 signs that your band is fucking cheesy.
Ooh, that's good. I wanted to read that. That looks good.
It is very good. And then, of course, we got the news coming up later. We talk about Bieber. We talk about dumbasses. We talk about bullies. And
jacking off.
Dumb crooks and Douchebags of the week, all coming up way later. And of course, tonight, our interview with JAZAN fucking Wild at about 9 o'clock. And we'll talk about his brand new ebook that you can get for free right now via the Indie 180 fucking group page. I posted the link. Funhouse of Horrors. Get it. It's a 241-page fucking graphic novel written by JAZAN Wild, and tonight we talk to him. It's going to be awesome. So don't go anywhere. Is there anything you guys want to hear? We got to play some independent tunes. We haven't played any yet.
You got Kalima?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I got some Kalima.
Kalima.
We'll do some Kalima. I don't play enough of those guys. And then, let's see, what else do I got here? Oh, hey, Josh, how's your mom's doing, man?
She's doing very well, actually. Thank you for asking. She is home, and it'll take a little while, but she will recover and be the same as she was.
Good to
Awesome,
hear.
man.
Scary week, but thank you, everybody, for the questions and the calls and the texts and the emails and the carrier pigeons and you name it. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's very, very welcome to the Scalzo household. Thank you.
Fucking ain't right. Good. I'm glad to hear that shit. You got
awesome.
You got a song that you'd like to send to your moms?
You know what? She's pretty big on Cyperna, actually.
Nice. Well, who isn't? I mean, really. Let's be honest. I'm gonna do a live one.
Ooh.
Because I love pulling out live stuff that we've recorded. So
she's listening tonight too. So
we're gonna be back in about 15 or so. Don't go anywhere. It's official fucking new radio. Here's some Kali Ma with Boom Slang.
Ooh.
Motherfuckers, off of their awesome The Devil Knows You're Dead album. Go and get it now. We'll be back in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. It's official FN radio. Metal Fortress radio. Crank it up, keep it locked, and don't go anywhere. More offensive shit to come.
It's too loud.
Brian needs shots! Brian needs shots!
I don't even gotta say it.
Brian needs shots! Brian needs shots! Brian needs shots! Brian needs shots!
We're live here at OFNR. Cherry Street, motherfuckers!
Does that look like a little Kali Ma in your fucking Savern over here?
Yeah, man! Oh, yeah! Creatine shakes! Creatine shakes! Creatine shakes!
Hell yeah, pass that shit right over here.
I just want to fucking get high, man.
We were smoking on my couch late last night when I came over with an amazing sight. A bag so large and full of green, it looks radioactive if you know what I mean. It was a stash. It was a monster stash.
A monster stash.
It gets you high in a flash.
A monster stash.
You might fall on your ass.
A monster stash.
It was a monster stash. He took out a big bud the size of my dome. By just looking at it, I knew I'd be stoned. It had crystals on it and lots of hair. I couldn't help it, I just had to stare.
It was a stash.
It was a monster stash.
A monster stash.
It's fucking puff puff pass.
A monster stash.
Remember, pass to your left.
A monster stash.
It was a monster stash. He grabbed his papers, started to roll. He even packed up a little bowl. He brought his bong, the old man, and gas masks for everyone. The bong was bubbling and it started to rip. The very first hit, Neil knew we would trip. We coughed and gagged and hit the floor while Neil started to spark some more.
It was a stash.
It was a monster stash.
A fucking stash.
Fucking pass the gas mask.
A monster stash.
Oh man, I think it's cash.
A monster stash.
It was a monster stash. And now that we're stoned on the leaf, it's like Thanksgiving, we got leftover keef. We don't wanna hog up all the weed. We just wanna say Happy Halloween.
It was a stash.
It was a monster stash.
A fucking stash.
Fucking pass the gas mask.
Stash.
Wanna hit some grass.
Stash.
It was the monster stash.
This Rocktober, OFNR is evolving into something bigger.
Oh my God, it's bigger than we thought!
Something that cannot be stopped.
There's no way to kill it! We can't stop it!
Something that'll make you keep it locked.
Something that will blow your mind. You see my brains!
A radio evolution. Worldwide. OfficialFNradio.com.
It's coming right for us!
It's coming right for us, Ned.
Shoot it.
That was the Monster Stash. You can actually get that. You can get that from our SoundCloud right now. You can go download that for free.
It's coming right for us.
You got to go get that because as of November the 1st, it comes down. You can't get it after that. So if you want the Monster Stash, if you're into smoking pot, if you like that kind of stuff, yeah, or maybe you just laughed at the fucking song, go and get it. It's free. That was written and recorded 2006 with Neil, Woods, myself, and beer number 2. Before that, Cyperna with Lamia, live from fucking Cherry Street Station. I love doing those live recordings, man. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
Because I've got so many of them from so many shows that I've been to. That one actually comes from November the 5th, 2011.
Ooh.
So it's a bit older. It's a totally
raw aggression.
That is a little older Cyperna for you. It's a totally different animal nowadays. And then before the Cyperna, some Kali Ma with Boomslang off their awesome fucking record. The Devil Knows You're Dead came out in 2014. Go and get it if you haven't already. Those guys are fucking animals.
Yeah, they are.
Animals. So we're about 13 minutes away from JAZAN Wild calling in. If you have not yet gone and gotten your copy of the awesome JAZAN Wild Funhouse of Horrors book. Go get it. It's exclusive to Google Play for a limited time. And it's free. So go get it. It's really awesome. It's really well fucking drawn. It's got a pretty good fucking story. So, yeah. Go and check that shit out. Thank you for posing that question, by the way, Josh.
You're welcome.
The question is up. What's the band name that you like the best? Why did you put the Bunk Bears in there? That's not in there. Oh, you're allowing people to put their own choice or what?
No, I'm not.
The Bunk Beds is not in there.
I didn't put that.
Yeah, somebody put that. I can add an answer. You dumb bastard.
God damn it, guys.
Anyway, you can either do Jimmy Dean and the Sausage Smugglers, which is winning by a landslide. Juicing Fire.
That was Orc did it.
Juicing Fire, Limp Turnip, Mars Glory Hole, or the Bunk Beds, because apparently...
Fucking Orc. God damn it.
You know what? Leave it. I kind of like the fact that these guys can add their own. It's kind of cool. Have you guys ever heard of a band called Sausage and the Butchers?
No.
Because I posted in the Indie 180 tonight we were Jimmy Dean and the Sausage Smugglers.
Yes.
And they liked it and shared it. And they said, "We're sorry, Jimmy Dean." It doesn't say where they're from.
You know what? I'm actually gonna fucking Google to see what who the fuck Jimmy Dean actually is.
But Sausage and the Butchers, it's barbecue core. Sausage Mahoney is on the vocalist and bass. Veal Ground is the guitarist. Harry Hot Dog is also a guitarist. The Reverend Adam Ribs is on drums. So there you go, Sausage and the Butchers.
That's
barbecue core.
Okay. Barbecue core.
All right.
Go check them out. I'll put the link on our fucking Indie 180 because that's.
Does that mean they're BB core?
BB core, yes.
Ooh. I like that.
Go give these guys a like just for the fuck of it.
Yeah, why not? That's fucking awesome.
Tell them OFNR sent you. Tell them Indie 180 sent you.
That's it.
I mean, they worked for that plug because they had to look at that face.
Oh, I know, right? Hey, I think it's cool whenever bands like that share stuff off the Indie 180 page because God only knows, who they really are. It's funny, Brian, because you actually already like them.
I did indeed.
So I don't know who they are. I don't know if it's a real band or not. They kind of look like a real band. Who knows? They've got
really Mandy Limp Turnip.
They've got 370 people that like them, so they must be doing something right. All right, now, do you guys?
Why the fuck am I on the Jimmy Dean homepage? I have no life.
He's an old country boy that likes to make his sausage great.
God damn it! I'm like looking at all the tabs I have open, and I'm like, why am I on the Jimmy Dean's website right now?
Now, how many of you guys know a hoe that could use a little help with her resume skills? I mean, besides me.
Are you talking straight up prostitute or just hoes in general?
straight up prostitutes.
You can't turn a hoe to a housewife, Brian.
You can't.
I know one called Route 37 girl in Danbury, actually. She walks the streets and get paid, so she says.
Yo.
Well, listen.
I see a girl walking up and down 37 every single fucking day.
Well, here, listen, guys.
You got the blonde chick, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So here's
the one.
Brian, so here's what you got to do, bro. I've got some really vital work advice.
Dude, she needs it because she asks all the time whenever I go to Dunkin' Donuts. She's in there, and she's just staring blankly at Jeopardy, and she's like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "I tell you every day. Are you retarded or high?"
Looks like she talks like that too.
All right.
Yeah.
So here is some valuable fucking advice for the hoes out there. Because if we weren't offensive enough,
no,
we're just gonna pile on the offensiveness.
Do it.
This is fucking hysterical. By the way, it's made up by.
Back in my day
Laugh
when I
Mob.
was on drugs, I used to be a prostitute. Oh yeah, I was a hooker, but I wasn't a good hoe. It's hard to be a hoe when you got bad feet. I used to be out there in the corner and my feet be swollen and shit. And the other hoes be rubbing my feet and I had my little stool out there. And the other hoes be like, what's wrong? I said, my feet hurting. At the end of the night, I be tired because the gout done kicked in and the white go-go boots was busting my ass and the cars be riding by. And I be like, pussy! And they be like, what the fuck was that? And the tricks be like, come here. I'm like, this ain't the kind of pussy that come to you. You gotta come get this pussy. My feet hurt and my pinky toe is dead. When I got clean, I got me a job in the rehab, and they had me working with all the hoes. They said, Raj, you could best help the hoes. I said, I don't know what to do with these bitches. So I got creative with the hoes. I got them all dressed up one day. I put them in the conference room. I said, okay, hoes, we're going to get you a resume together. They said, what you going to put on my resume? I ain't never do nothing but sell pussy. I said, first of all, a prostitute ain't nothing but a customer service representative, bitch. Your job is to service the customer. They said, what you going to put on there for my skills? I said, what the hell you did? They said, how you gonna do that? I said, if you ever slept with more than one man at the same time? They said, hell yeah. I said, you work well with others. You's a team player, bitch. You ever slept with a man and you didn't get your money? They said, absolutely. I said, that's volunteer work, community service. What's your favorite sexual position? They said, all of them. I said, you flexible. They can put your ass in any position. You ever been poked in the ass and gave a blowjob at the same time? They said, absolutely. I said, baby, you are multitasking. You can perform a variety of tasks in a high-energy environment. You ever slept with a man and it was over just like that? They said all the time. I said, you have the ability to get the job done in a timely fashion. I said, damn, girl, your resume looking better than mine. Then the white girl gonna try to challenge me in front of the other hoes. She's like, what you gonna do when they ask me for my references? I say, some of them guys you were sleeping with. She said, I had two with the same last name, Mr. Johnson. I said, you work for a Fortune 500 company, bitch. You work for Johnson & Johnson. Then I challenged her back because I had to have the last word. I said, you ever slept with a white man? She said, absolutely. I said, well, you know how to downsize. Look at the white people. Look at the white men like, fuck you, bitch. Let that marinate. You'll figure it out by Friday.
There you go.
That was pretty clever.
That is fucking valuable information right there, man. You should send that bitch that link, Brian. Next time you see that bitch, be like, here, I got a link for you. What's your email address, motherfucker?
Boom.
I'll fucking help you out, get a job, motherfucker.
It's your job.
Yes. Always walking. I'll see you tomorrow, probably.
It's on the, it is on the Indy 180 group page for those who fucking want to watch the actual video. It's pretty funny.
Sausage and the Butchers. Boom.
A lot of great fucking shit going on here tonight. We're having a good old time, having a blast. We got about 5 minutes before JAZAN Wild. Let's do the 7 signs your band is cheesy.
Yes, please.
And if we get interrupted, then we'll come back to it.
Love it.
But we're going to go in order from 7 to 1. I'm not going from 1 to 7 because that's just silly.
That's tacky.
All right, number 7. Your getup could be confused for a packaged rock star Halloween costume.
It kept asking me to subscribe.
So in other words, if you're wearing like the generic fucking rock star vest and t-shirt and,
a lot of skulls.
Yeah. Then you're probably kind of cheesy.
Just because you have skulls doesn't mean you're metal or anything.
All right,
Don't forget the goatee.
Number 6. You take old-timey theme a little too literally. Looking at all like Mumford and Sons and shit.
Yeah, but that's almost like hipster.
It's almost hipster. It's kind of cheesy.
That's cool, man.
Mumford and Sons.
All right. Number 5, you all have this haircut. The one like with the fucking hair all up in your face and shit.
Oh, yeah, the bull haircut.
The teenage deathcore.
Yes, that's
horrible,
it.
Horrible. Number 4, several of you are still wearing fedoras.
That looks like John Popper.
It does look like that. And you know what? Say what you want about John Popper. That motherfucker could play that fucking mouth harp like nobody's business.
Hey, he can sing. That motherfucker could wear a fedora.
Yeah,
He's entitled to it.
He's entitled to it. You, however, probably not going to get away with it. Number 3, you're a running joke into the ground that was never that funny anyway.
Yeah, Velvet Underground.
Macaulay Culkin's pizza-themed Velvet Underground tribute band was funny for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but then it's Macaulay Culkin.
Right, so it's just really not that funny. Number 2, you refuse to wear shirts on stage.
Just wear shirts, guys.
Look, some guys can get away with this shit, okay?
I take a shirt off. I'm a drummer.
Yeah, like some guys can take their shirt off. Me, I wouldn't be caught dead without my shirt because I'm nasty. Fucking fugly ass mother. I have a face for radio and a body that's worse. So
I weigh $150, and I have a 4-pack. I rock that 4-pack.
I've got like a kegerator going on. All right.
Kegerator.
All right, and the number 1 reason your band is probably really fucking cheesy, you play covers of songs by any of the following bands: Stained, Korn, Limp Bizkit, or Nickelback.
Ooh, stop. Don't say that.
If you do any of those, you're probably a cheesy-ass motherfucker.
Sounds about right.
There should be laws against covering those, though.
There really should be, especially Nickelback.
Yeah, like who? I've never, I've seen them live themselves, Nickelback.
I mean, honestly, I've never heard a band I've been to a million shows. I've never ever seen a band cover any one of those.
Just gonna say that. Never ever have I heard a band cover a Nickelback because, quite frankly, and I'm sure some label somewhere is gonna get butthurt over this, but Nickelback fucking sucks, man.
Here's a good question. What is the worst cover you've ever seen a band do? I saw a band, I swear to God, do Kokomo.
Wow. All right, here's mine, and this is like, I'm probably going to get shit for this somewhere. Somebody's going to be upset, but I don't really give a fuck. I don't know, I can't remember the name of the band. They're a local fucking band, and they're pretty goddamn awful. And I'm kind of glad I can't remember their name, but they do a cover of Motley Crue that's worse than the original. Like, it's really bad. Like, it's really fucking really bad. Like, really.
Do you remember the Motley Crue song?
If you give me a second, I could probably find it. It's really bad. It's really fucking, like, I probably have it recorded somewhere. It's bad. Like, first of all, their singer can't stay in tune. And I hate that. Like, I just can't stand that. And it's like, if you're going to cover a tune, you should probably find a song that you could stay in the range of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not get it all fucked up. Like, but it was like, wow. Like, I had to leave the room because I'm laughing. Like, this is awful. This is horrible. And I wish I could remember the name of the band. I can't for the life of me remember the name of the goddamn band. What the hell?
Do you remember what song it was, though?
It was fucking... I don't remember, dude. I really don't remember. I'm not even trying to be, like, political, because here I am on OFNR. I don't do that.
Here we go.
We'll get back to it. Caller, you're on the air with Official Effing Radio and Indy 180.
Hey, Nav, what's going on, man? JAZAN Wild.
Hey, what's up, JAZAN Wild? What's going on, man?
What's up?
What's up, man? Look,
hey. Yeah, just calling to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. No, I'm kidding. Happy Halloween, brother.
Absolutely. On the Skype line with me, my co-host, I got Brian Almeida and Josh of Into the Coven.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, brother?
Living the dream.
All right, man. Hey, I heard you guys actually play some House of Horrors every now and then.
Oh, man, let me tell you, it's so cool to finally actually get a chance to talk to you because, like, we've been around since 06, and, like, right around that time, we grabbed that from you.
10:30.
And I've been playing it since, and then for some, I'm job searching, so I was on LinkedIn, and and I saw that you have a new, you have the Fun House of Horrors is out. And I'm like, dude, that's so cool. He's still doing this, like, fucking 9 years later. I got to hit him up. And so, here we are.
I'm glad you did, man.
Here we are.
Yeah, cool. I'm glad you did. It's like, that whole period of time was, like, super creative. That whole 2005 to 2008, that was like, that whole time was just living in a studio and it was the roller coaster ride beginning, really, because it was, you know, I was in a studio with Kurt Cuomo. I don't know if you know of him, but he worked on some Kiss albums, did some songwriting. And, you know, we did a Carnival of Souls album, and that was at the studio in Woodland Hills. And, you know, once that came out, you know, for me, it was always just about doing, you know, a comic book with the soundtrack and, you know, Kiss or Alice Cooper. But I never would have thought I actually would have got a phone call from Kiss after, you know, hearing, you know, some of the songs and also reading the Carnival of Souls comics to work with Gene. And that, I don't know how much you know about the history, but that song would have never happened without Gene Simmons contacting me or the Funhouse of Horrors. It never would have took place had, you know, just a chain of events occurred, you know.
How freaking crazy is that?
Yeah, that's
like
insane.
Serious high level stuff, man. That
really is.
That's pretty awesome.
Well,
and I mean, like,
I'm not sure if I'm able to cuss at all because I've tried. I'm able to say shit or anything. Is that okay?
Yes, you can say whatever you want. We're here on the internet, so there is no FCC.
I shit my pants when I looked at the phone, right? I looked and it was like Kiss offices, and I'm like, you know, what's this, you know? So that was how it had happened, is that, you know, I actually got this phone call, and it was Kiss offices, somebody who worked there who said that Gene was aware of, you know, the Carnival of Souls books, and he wanted to do a horror book, and he wanted me to introduce him to my, you know, comic book company, which was over in London at that time called Marcosia. So, you know, I did that, and, you know, for about 2 months he was there, and there were, you know, ideas were floating around, and it happened that I wound up working with him to bring that about, the House of Horrors. But it just didn't work out with him being there, and it didn't work out with me being there. It was an odd set of events that I left, and then Simmons left too. And I set up a deal kind of at Arcana Studios. And when I went there, you know, I had the story already pitched at Marcosia, so Gene went too, you know. So it was a thing of about 6 months I worked with him all through internet, all through, you know, emails and sending stuff. And the songs for me, I was just doing an extension of what I had already done with Carnival of Souls, with Funhouse. And that's kind of what you hear there, is just really, you know, getting in the mind of the story and just trying to get it out musically.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about, like, the concept of doing this. I mean, you're one of the only guys, and I know somebody had mentioned last week or maybe the week before, there's another band that does something similar where they put out a graphic novel and a soundtrack. Brian, was that you?
Yeah, Coheed and Cambria.
Coheed and Cambria. But, like, you're the first one I know, because since we've, you know, known each other, at least, you know, over the internet for so long, It's like you were the first I knew that was doing something like this, where it's like gonna build, you know, the book and a soundtrack and put it together. I mean, what's the thought process? How does that?
Well, I tell you, it's funny. You know, kind of. I know we're going to talk some tonight about maybe the state of music and all that. And that's really near and dear to me, whether it's comics or music or anything really entertainment. Everything's changed so much. You know, I was inspired by Alice Cooper. I mean, he actually did some, I think he did a comic at Marvel, and then Kiss did the epic ones with Marvel in the 70s. And, you know, to me growing up, I was like in a small town, you know, no, you know, 2 pennies to rub together, if that. And Kiss was just this inspiration. And maybe it was because of the comics, maybe because they were larger than life. And, you know, so I dared enough to dream that maybe if I got lucky, I could do something, you know, and get out of, you know, the trailer park I was in. You know, it's kind of, and there's nothing against that, but that was like, you know, I just didn't have many hopes, and Kiss was that hope. And so it really did mean something to me. And, you know, so for me, I wanted to carry that on. So it's kind of this natural progression of, okay, what would I do with what inspired me? And really it was the comics. That's why, you know, the Eagles may inspire some people, or, you know, whoever else, but for me it was seeing those superheroes. So I wanted to do something like that. And I think there were probably others, maybe who had touched on it, but maybe if I was lucky enough, maybe I took it to another level. And, it's the craziest thing. I came talking about the industry changing. I came along at a time when everything had kind of changed, from downloads to the internet. So if you look at it, it was 2006, 2007. You just had MySpace and you had all that stuff. And if I'm rambling, stop me.
No. We're with you.
Okay, cool. Well, it was a weird time because technology, it's so weird now because we can't picture our lives without it, but this is 2005, 2006. So the internet was new. Everyone doesn't really know what to do with it. And so I decided, why don't I try to get some of these, the comics and all this. We made motion comics. We were the first ones to do that on YouTube, on MySpace. And, I didn't know what would happen if we did that, if people would be receptive or not. And I actually got a lot of backlash from the comic book industry because I was kind of seen as the guy trying to put a knife in the back of comic book stores, doing digital comics and all that. And that was never my intention. My intention was mainly born out of, that industry is very... it's kind of like the music industry, and what maybe is some of the downfall of it is that people didn't let people come in. They kind of like put up unless you knew somebody or unless you,
Exactly. It's almost like an exclusive boys club.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, because if you know what I'm saying, if you've ever tried, I remember, coming up when I was in bands and stuff, you would send your demo tapes, you would do all this stuff. I've been in some of those record companies like Metal Blade. I was, I walked in there, I knew somebody was an intern, and, that stuff wound up in boxes that then would get thrown out, or, somebody who had no musical qualifications would just throw it all in the trash. Same thing with books and comics. You submit it to, one of the big two, and, you might as well just be throwing a bottle in the ocean saying, sign me.
Yeah, right.
Help my dream.
Yeah, right.
So for me, it was more, what are we going to do with this new technology? And, I tried it with motion comics. Next thing you know, we're on Spike TV, and it's getting buzz and attention. And then my life changed. I was at a Halloween party of all things at my house, and someone walked in with an iPhone and showed me apps. And I went, holy shit, is there a way that we could actually do this to deliver comic books? And, I saw it, and I didn't even know what an app was, and that was my first thought was, can we get this stuff? The books I've done that I've spent, a ton of money and a ton of time working on, Marvel, DC, they're never going to pick me up because they don't own the properties.
Right.
It's all that type of stuff. They want to, they want their own in-house stuff, and I've already built these and put my time into it. I want to take it to the next level. Well, that's when we did apps, and I found a guy, and we worked for probably 6 months putting apps together, discovering how to do it, and we were the first ones on BlackBerry, the first ones on Nokia. The next thing you know, we're in Entertainment Weekly, Must List. A small comic book, Funhouse of Horrors is number 4 on the Must List. From there it was Nokia gave us a success story, and I'm going down to San Diego, sitting at a dinner table, getting an award with Netflix, sitting next to me, the guy from Netflix. And, to me, it was this strange roller coaster ride that just went from, working with my childhood heroes, and that didn't work out. And if you guys would like to talk about that, I'm open to, anything you ask. But, from it not working out to taking the story and seeing it make Entertainment Weekly's must list to seeing it being downloaded millions of times in 200 countries around the world. Yeah. It was just, to me, it was astounding. And I think that's probably what the industry needs now, is another breakthrough for something to help all of these bands and artists that are trying desperately to make a living at this.
Yeah. It's become almost impossible.
Go ahead.
It's almost become impossible to even attempt it, unless you're already doing it. You really got, the amount of effort now, people say it's easier. No, it's fucking way harder, man.
For certain things, and this is a trend. As of late, I mean, I'm 28 years old. I've seen a lot of shit. I haven't been through everything, but I'll tell you one thing: the amount that things like the internet and social media in general have changed since I was in high school. I mean, you're talking 10 years ago. Has been so crazy where you would have to literally go out and buy a CD of somebody, and then maybe if you were lucky, if you had, DSL, if you didn't have dial-up, you could get on the internet and you could look up certain things, and certain people would be more in the know, and they were considered, oh, these guys, they know everything. But in reality, now, all you have to do is click on Facebook. You go onto your front page, and it's a controversy this, a controversy that, this artist, that artist. And all it takes is that. Next thing you know, 70 million people are Googling you, and you become trending now. And all it takes is for you to say one thing.
And meanwhile, I'm home Googling myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And then he gets on the computer afterwards.
Well, it's strange.
Sorry.
No. I understand. I mean, it's like, it's been a curse and a blessing. And my whole existence with this has, come about because of the technology. So it was a blessing in a lot of ways. But the downside is, what are you going to do if you're a new band and you're trying to make it, or you're a new, guy who's trying to do the graphic novels or whatever? You're trying to be the next Robert Kirkman to create The Walking Dead, right? Or you're trying to be the next Kiss, or you're trying to be the next, whoever it is, Motley Crue. If you're trying to do that, now it's almost become that the technology has made it like it's a big phone book. Well, how do you get seen if everybody's putting up the stuff? And who's supporting the bands? Who's going to fund that tour?
Right.
Who's going to fund that book to be done? You can do Kickstarter, but Kickstarter's kind of, I don't know. Kickstarter is hit and miss too, because you're basically promising a product and then you have to deliver the product. It's not really artist development.
Right.
It's the radio, the shows that you have
with more
on now.
Becomes more
people who. Go ahead.
I was
think I'm
saying with more
feedback
feasibility of technology, more opportunity comes more flooding.
Right. Well, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
there's so much. There's so much. It's like you're right on the money. Who's gonna? And you say Kickstarter, it's like that's almost become so overplayed at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because everybody's Kickstartering,
go fund me.
Yeah, go fund yourself, motherfucker. Like,
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm doing. I tell you, it's funny. You look at the different shows, and you're seeing all these shows that come up, and they have these talent contests. But the problem is like, whoever wins, they get no support. So you don't even know about them in another year or two. Like, their album's gone. They had a single. If they're lucky, it maybe sold 10,000 copies.
Yeah.
The system is kind of broken, whether it's comics or whether it's music. You need a system that actually supports the artist and actually nurtures them.
But and the thing is, with what you were saying before is, you just what you said exactly just now. I'm looking at an article from Uprocks from your 5 years ago, almost to the day, about you, and it's like a small time article. And now, if I were to go to the same thing and then Google you, it's so much. I mean, so much.
A lot of it's stuff I wish wouldn't be on there.
But it's people looking for your stuff. They're looking for your music. They're searching for your Spotify, for your Rhapsody, for your Kindle. But just a mere 5 years ago, you were this small article, and you grew to this big thing.
Well, I tell you, it's somebody once said that it's perseverance, and you know, a lot of times people get credit for, you know, like you're saying. For me, it was right place, right time, and since I was there with the apps in the beginning, it actually wound up helping me because I was there in the beginning. You know, that's the difference for people coming today. Like Google Play, like, you know, I put in my books years ago, and now all of a sudden Google Play has stopped taking any new publishers, and I'm at the, you know, or books are like the entire top 20 most of the time on like for the hard list. The problem is that's great for me, but how about the, you know, 20 other guys who are just like me, you know, who are trying to do that.
Wanting to do
and I would like to figure out a way to actually help other people, you know, be able to get their stuff seen as well.
Right. And it's almost at a point now where it's like, you know, you almost have to step up to the next level of being the publisher in a way, you know, and that's the only way to do it. And it's, who's got that? You know what I mean? What is that?
Exactly.
What is that really going to do? Honestly, like the reality is, people aren't buying, people aren't consuming the way they used to. It's just that simple. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing we can.
Nobody.
And there's
go ahead.
There's nothing we can do about it. I mean, we can't fight against the machine, but like you were talking about, and this is something we have talked about on this show specifically for since January, is the whole idea behind the consumption of music has changed in such a dramatic fashion. I come from an age, my first job ever was a record store. That's what I did. I was a record store clerk. I worked with tapes, I worked with CDs, I worked with vinyl. It mattered. Tuesdays was a fucking big day for people. Now it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Last year was the first year since 76 we only had one platinum record. One. That's it. And it was Taylor fucking Swift. Like, that's disgusting.
She's so buggered.
It's strange you see bands who were selling, you know, 1 million copies are now doing, you know, 90,000, and it gives them a #1 album where, you know, if they had sold 90,000 10 years ago, they would have been dropped from the label.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Totally right.
I think the biggest problem for me, what I see as a solution instead of just the problem, would be that actually people need to, you know, like I did with the technology, I think there needs to be a new way of thinking about finding other avenues. You know, I don't think rock is dead. I mean, I have a song called Rock and Roll Never Die, and I believe it.
We have it, yep.
Yeah, I think, you know, for me, that's a mission statement, because I believe that, you know, bands coming up today, there almost has to be a new breakthrough, almost like what it was with apps, and there has to be a new breakthrough, and maybe some creative thinking, mix technology with the bands, find a new way. We're so used to going to clubs, and we're used to going to concerts and stadiums and, you know, that type of thing, but now tickets are $200 a ticket, you know, all that. You probably won't get that next breakout band until someone does something different, and I don't know what that is, but there has to be a new technology and a new way to deliver, and it may come without the big record companies. I'll tell you what was funny with us. We put out App Ds back into the early days, which is basically a CD as an app. And another one of those phone call moments was EMI. The one of the top guys at EMI, I think it was the CEO of it or president of whatever, they contacted me because they wanted to know about the app, because I think Pink Floyd was fighting at the time. I forget what it was. One of the guys
fighting? No way.
Stuff out. Yeah, and so they thought maybe the App D could be a way that would be I remember what it was. It was actually that they didn't want to put this stuff out as tracks on iTunes. They wanted to have the whole album as an experience.
Right.
And since we did App Ds, that was the whole album as an experience. That's why we put out the Carnival Souls Funhouse Horrors as an app. So you would actually, App D, you would get the whole thing to like a CD case you could spin through, get the lyrics. You know, all that great experience of picking up an actual CD and you know, going through the lyrics and seeing how the 12 songs correlate, you know.
So
they contacted, and then they never did it because they were fighting. But it shows you that it was thinking outside of the box that actually got their attention. And, maybe, I don't know if I'm out of ideas or not, but it's going to take someone, who actually is thinking, well, what can we do as a band, since we're like, 4 guys together? What can we do to carry this baton to the next level?
Right.
And
right, absolutely.
Maybe that will break it.
And I think you're right on again, where you say, I don't think it's going to be from the major labels. I think the major labels are out, as far as I'm concerned.
Me too.
It's just as far as I'm concerned, and only because of what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing is more and more local, quote unquote, or independent guys are making a big difference and making a huge jumps in being able to go out on tour on their own or whatever. And it's not a lot of bands, but there's enough of them that I go, it's possible. Now, you got to look at what those guys are doing. Well, what are those guys doing that's different than everybody else, and how can we do that too? And you're right, man. It's not going to come from the labels. It's going to come from some Silicon Valley genius who's going to be like, it's going to be the Facebook of music, maybe, or whatever. I don't know. I have no freaking clue, because I come from a different mindset and a different generation. And so,
exactly.
So for me, a question would be which do you prefer? I mean, because you do come from that right around 06. You're right. It was really a digital, the beginning of the digital revolution. In 06, I remember for myself, there weren't very many podcasters or radio stations out there. Now everybody and their brother thinks they could be a podcaster and a radio station. You know what I mean? It's such a difference. But which do you prefer? I mean, do you like to go out to the store and pick up a record and have it in hand, or do you like having it streaming or digital?
I think it's kind of both. I mean, I miss Tower Records, so it was nothing like spending, half a day in there going through all the different, for me, even the bargain bins, you never know what you would get, and it'd be fun to kind of treasure hunt.
Right.
But also, I think, I'm not against technology, but what I'm against is I like big corporations as far as, the fact that they can bring you something like a Tesla car or something like that, where they're trying to push technology towards solar or something cool. What I don't like is when they smother artists, and when they, you're talking to a guy who's spent the last, 5-6 years in federal court in different ways, and I can't go into a lot of that stuff.
Of course.
But a lot of it was big corporations who should have been, going, hey, come on up. We see all the hard work you're doing, and the amount of money you've put into trying to create these properties and music and this and that. Let us now put our big corporation money behind you and let you create something great, like what Robert Kirkman's doing with The Walking Dead. That's an independent guy. That was a guy who was doing comic books while he was working at a store, coming home and doing comics. If you ever hear his story, it correlates with the artists who are musicians or artists who are writing books or whatever. They're always people trying to do something with their lives, make a dream happen. This guy was coming home doing books, and next thing you know, it's beating NFL football on TV, and to me that's inspiring, and the band should be inspired by that too. But if Robert Kirkman can do it, they can do it. That's how I feel. But in my situation, I ran into big corporations kind of going, well, we love what you're doing to the point you're on Entertainment Weekly's must list, but we're not going to invite you to party because a couple knuckleheads are going to take this or take that. And, that's the problem I have with big corporations. And I think the same thing happened in the music industry. You get a couple people who are in the industry, and they become more worried about the car they're driving or the house that they, want to, what mansion they want to go to or the parties. And they're not really artists. They're just looking to make money and stay in their status. And I think that happened with the industry of music because, you had these guys at the top that were making all the money, and you have these bands where these artists who are now, in their 40s and 50s are all going, what the hell do we do with our lives? We supplied all this music and we were selling out stadiums, but where did it all go? They had contracts that were, I don't want to get too technical or whatever, but they had contracts that were like big loans. You know what I mean? Like Absolutely. One album would be, yeah, you guys go rent your private jets and go do all that and have a party, but they weren't being told or understanding that was a loan towards their next album.
Yeah, and that's something
we've talked. So the next album, if it doesn't sell 5 million copies, they're all in bankruptcy.
That's something we've actually talked about here too. It's like people don't realize, like those big contracts back in the day. It wasn't as easy as saying, "Oh, well, here's $1 million. Go have fun." No. Here's $1 million, but you need to develop and produce so many records, and it has to be this fucking way. And you know what I mean? Like, it was so hyper controlled and hyper like they were so, and that's why they all own the fucking publishing, and that's a whole different thing.
It's irresponsible because you're basically the being that's creating the work. To me, especially being someone who spends my whole, from morning to night creating something, whether it's a book or whether it's, whatever I'm working on, that's how I'm no good in the 3-piece suit and doing that type of stuff. I'm good in a pair of shorts creating something. But, when you get down to the guys in the 3-piece suits who were running the stuff in the 70s and 80s and 90s, and even now when you're looking at, how many writers have had their works just, annihilated with bad contracts, and they're both industries are very similar. The problem with the music one is, these guys who were creating it, they did all go into bankruptcy, or they did, the guys who were at the top that should have known better, who were giving the $1 million advances and all that, they have to take some responsibility too. It can't just be, blaming the guys who downloaded music, for free or whatever. You also have to blame the guys who were at the top who were, setting up these artists who are 20 years old and don't know any better, with contracts that were giving them $5 million advances. And not only that, half of that money that was being given to them was then being spent, for those same, bigwig guys to fly around the world and have fun. All of that was still being paid for on the artist's backs.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What it is it's the same concept as sex sells. It is the same thing that's been bred into the minds of young kids when you reach that adolescent age, at 13, 14, when you start getting into music. When I was 13, I just started getting into Ozzy and started getting off that pop bullshit train. I got into Ozzy. That's what kind of escalated me into where I am now in my music career. But it's the same exact thing. It's sex sells. So, okay, we're going to pump their heads full of being a rock star is great. Sign with a record label. Sign with us. We'll take you to the top. And nobody knows. They all think there's a silver lining, but there isn't. It's
actually,
a lot of fucking hard work, and it's a lot of fucking blood, sweat, and tears. I know guys in bands from right here in Connecticut that have traveled up and down the coast, across the country, in vans for weeks with trailers, and they've broke down, and they've had to pay out of their own pockets to fix the van. Record companies don't give a shit about that. They want you to show the fuck up, play the show, and it means some aren't. No, I'm not saying every record company is like that, or there's always context behind everything.
Of course.
But 90% of the time, man.
Well, and that's just it. There, it's the reality. It's as simple as realizing that, even growing up myself, it's, to be a rock star would be awesome. Yeah, but you know what? Now that I'm older and I realize what that actually is, I'm probably in no worse shape having student loans than being a rock. I mean,
you're absolutely right. No, that's the perfect analogy.
Except the only difference is with the rock star thing, they could fucking file bankruptcy and have that shit removed. As student loans, man, I can't ever have those. I'm gonna die in debt, man. It's just there's no questioning that. There's no questioning that. I'm gonna die in debt. That's fucking. But it's just crazy, and I think a lot of people don't even. Regular consumers, regular customers have no clue that that's what was happening. You know what I mean? Like even a lot of bands who quote unquote want to make it. Local bands or independent bands. It's like, oh, my goal is to make it. It's like, dude, getting to that level, you don't realize they're not just going to hand you money and like.
No, it's like I said, context is with everything. I mean, even if you look at a fucking homeless guy on the street, Jesus Christ, you never know. He could have 4 kids in the dumpster behind the fucking the 99 buffet you go stuff your fat fucking face with every day.
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean? You never know.
Right.
And there's certain artists like fucking, back in the day, like Queen. Freddie Mercury was one of a fucking kind. And he blew up because he had talent, because there was that niche that wasn't discovered yet. And this, I'm sure there was 50 other things. But nowadays, everything is so generic and so cookie cutter that it's almost impossible to find a different niche. What are you looking for now? Honestly, what are you going to look for to find that niche?
Right,
you have a niche where you're putting soundtracks behind graphic novels.
Yeah, dude, it's so cool. And I was actually going to segue that way too, because I mean, JAZAN, that's kind of like the cool thing about you. You put yourself out there as something completely different.
Yes,
it truly is an experience. It's not just an album. It's an album plus. It's an album plus the novel. It's a novel plus the album. And my question is, which comes first usually? Does the music come first, or does the book?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Or do you have songs that you go, how do you play that out?
Well, first of all, thanks for the compliments. That's really cool. It's funny. It's for me. It's kind of like when I'm seeing the artwork and I'm seeing the story. Sometimes you'll just hear something like, House of Horrors. I mean, you're looking at that part of the book where the kid finds the house there, and you can't help but hear "My House of Horrors."
Yeah, totally right.
You just start to feel like you hear this nasty voice coming through the woods. Well, you let your mind go there. You start to let your mind go into that. Almost you enter into the movie in your head. And then what would you hear there? And so to me, that's where they kind of intertwine. Some of the other songs I've done lately, though, like, I did a couple there's one called Dead Man Walking that was, I had this friend, Stefan Petrucca, who was an X-Files writer, and he contacts me one day and says, I'd love you to do a song for this. And, he had this Dead Man Walking book about zombies, and all I could hear was that dead man walking on. You hear that type of, it was like a mantra in my head. And so, it's funny, sometimes the best ones come really, I know that's a common thing that people say, but it does. It's like sometimes they just come to you, on a jog or whatever, and the quickest ones are always best. And, so I guess there isn't a real answer to that. Like, it can be either or,
right.
But I'm inspired by the story if I actually let myself get into that mindset.
Right on. Cool. Let's do this. Let's take a quick music break. We'll play Dead Man Walking. We'll come back. We'll talk some more here with JAZAN.
Yeah, I like that jam. It's a good one.
And
cool.
Everybody check this out. Don't go anywhere. It's official FN Radio, Indie 180. We're also on Metal Fortress, syndicated over on the Indie Authority on Thursday. Don't go anywhere. Here's some JAZAN Wild. Dead Man Walking. Right here. If it'll let me. There it goes.
You don't walk beneath my skin for the needle kicked in. Black stare upon these eyes. Yeah, I'm alive. On a slab above the ground. No
There you go. Some fucking JAZAN Wow right there with Dead Man Walking.
Yeah.
Damn, I haven't heard that in a while. That sounds cool.
Now, I mean, a lot of your stuff has this kind of classic feel to it. It's almost 80s rock, arena rock type stuff. I mean, is that on purpose?
I think it's, mainly just like, what I grew up and familiar with. It's, it kind of, your influences never go far from you. You know what I mean? And I almost hear Vince Neil and some of that stuff.
Absolutely.
Like, just listening to it then.
Absolutely.
I better write him a check, man. I think I ripped him on that one. That's
But it sounds so good.
No, but you're absolutely right. I mean, it's got that 80s, 85 era metal. You know what I mean?
It kind of reminded me a little bit. They had a tiny bit of Alice Cooper there, which I kind of dug.
Poison or Rat, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's got that, it's almost Savage Animal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It sounds, I would love to do some different stuff, but it's kind of like that's my wheelbox, But
and
I would like to try some different stuff maybe in the future to break out of that, but I tend to keep going back to where I'm comfortable,
Absolutely, and you do it well, so it's not like, I mean?
Thanks.
I don't think you should necessarily change. I understand, why you would want to kind of look outside of your normal thing, but I think it's awesome, man. Look, just like House of Horrors, it's the same kind of thing, or Rock and Roll Never Dies, man. That's an anthem, man. That's something like, even this one, damn, man, like you were saying, man, now that's going to be in my head. That's something, that's something now I'm going to fucking think about. And now the next time I go and read that, I'm going to be like, oh, man, now I know what the fuck this is about, It's cool.
I totally got that. I've been to Disneyland too many times, and the Pirates of the Caribbean. that's totally from that. I see that whole pirates and the skeletons, but it's also zombie. That whole on a slab of slow to ground. You want to have a visual thing when you create something. That's my favorite songs. Do that. They take you on that journey, and I think the songs from the 80s did that, or especially the 70s, 80s, they did that very well.
Totally.
You listen to Destroyer from Kiss, Alice Cooper did it great. You want to go on that journey when you listen to a song. So I try to do that.
Absolutely.
If I'm lucky, I achieve it.
And again, this is where we come right back full circle to the whole idea of consumerism of music. This is, to me at least, this to me is why when I bought a record, and see, I already sound old just saying it, just starting off the sentence. When I bought a record, you would open up the record, man, and whether it was CD or cassette or record or vinyl, there was substance. It was more than just, it was about that journey. It was music. It was whatever art they put in, like a Pink Floyd record. Storm Thurgeson, that's what he did, man. Now you get a fucking 8x10 JPEG. Like, really? Right. You know what I mean? You used to open up like the fucking the wall or something, man. That thing has like all kinds of crazy cool art and and then there's a video, a whole movie that goes along with that. I mean, that was something totally different, but the idea is the same. It's the same concept. You're creating an experience that's more than just don't just buy this record or buy this song. Yeah, sure, you can go and buy Dead Man Walking on its own, but you're missing out on the entire experience of the novel, the rest of the tunes. Like, it all goes together. It's an experience. It's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well, I tell you, that's why the bands, I got bad feedback. I don't know if you guys hear that, but it's, to me, it's kind of like, that's why the bands are doing so well that are like Van Halen, Kiss, Motley Crue, even Bon Jovi. These bands are all still the only guys making any money,
right.
Because they carry people back to that experience that you were talking about. And, I really wish that I want to be positive about it. I do believe that there's a way that technology can evolve to where it's not the enemy of people, new bands coming up. And I think independent will be the way, like we were saying before. But there's ways you can do this with technology too, like what we did with comic books. We found a way to bring comics to, it was strange. I would get emails from Africa, and a kid would write me from Africa and say, I've got all your books. I've never been to the country or the continent. I mean, I'm sorry,
Totally.
country. I've never been to the continent of Africa, but my books have.
Right.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Then there would be another guy wrote from Africa saying this is because of Nokia. Nokia was in 200 countries around the world. He actually asked me for a physical copy of the CD because he wanted to play it at his wedding. And so you see that, had I listened to some people, like, I've got no's from everybody. I could show you a file cabinet full of no's from me for music, books, everything. I never listened to it. And I found another way to get my voice heard creatively. And that was through apps and that was through technology. I think when people start who are doing it today, whether they're bands or whether they're writers, when they start to look at the closed doors and say, okay, that's the big businesses telling us that I can't do that, I can't do this. So let me go, get my saw out and carve out a window and figure out my own way to get my expression heard.
Absolutely. And nowadays, all those doors prior, let's go back to the 80s or 90s, where it was a lot more selective as far as what we were hearing. All those doors and windows now don't even exist except for in your mind. I mean, in all reality, because, there's so many ways to be an entrepreneur utilizing this technology. And in fact, I've said music is technology. It's too late now to go back and say, well, we want to remove it from technology. It's too late for that. The iTunes, the Spotify's, the Pandoras, the MP3 basically changed the game, man. Changed it entirely, 110%. And so
Absolutely.
now,
I think they need to change it now to where the artists take back some control, because Spotify and the different sites like that, they've become almost what I didn't like about the comic industry. The comic industry was run by one distributor called Diamond, and they would basically, make you do whatever they told you to do. You'd have to buy a $5,000 ad in their thing just to get noticed, and you're in this big phone book, and basically it's again throwing a bottle in the ocean. I wound up being told by people that my cover wouldn't work. The cover of the first comic, I just never listened, and I found a different way to get it out there. That same cover that wouldn't work got downloaded about 2 million times.
right, so it worked just fine.
Yeah, it worked just fine. I just needed to find another way to get it to the public. I think that's what bands are going to have to do. If they actually start to go, okay, well, if I go on Spotify, I'm not really going to get heard. I'm going to be with 90 million other people on a phone book. So what else can I do? And some great options would be, at least from my, trying to look for that answer to the problem, I would say, well, what other forms of technology are there out there? The Beatles went on Ed Sullivan and changed the game, and that was different technology at that time. A rock band went on a talk show in the 50s. I mean, the new TV box,
Yeah, you need that one
thing. You get the new guys thinking that way. You actually start to expand the parameters of what you can do. All of a sudden you're going, okay, well, if Spotify isn't an option, then what is the option?
Right.
Maybe it would be, instead of hitting up Spotify, hit up TV shows, hit up some other way to, get your song as a, that's what I tried to think of when I put the Dead Man Walking with Stefan's novel. It was the first one ever on Penguin Books. Penguin Books they're like one of the biggest in the world, and yet they had my zombie track, promoting a book. So, it was thinking outside of the box that actually got it heard. If I only put it on Spotify, no one would ever heard it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think we're going around and around here and the same thing, and we're all in agreement, man. There needs to be a breakthrough. It's just what the hell that is going to be.
Yeah, it's always just a waiting game, and it's always something that somebody's like, "Why didn't I think of that?"
Well, and the reality is, since the music and technology are now intertwined, we either have to figure out a way to unintertwine them once again, where they are separate entities, or figure out a whole new technology to deliver an experience to the masses in a way that they want to pay for it, where they find that there is value to that in their lives.
Well, I'm trying, even now, what I want to do, like, I'm kind of going in a different area, but, with Funhouse of Horrors and Carnival of Souls, what I really hope to do is take it to the next level. I remember sitting there, like I was saying, with the guy from Netflix, and at the time, Netflix was only, I think you had to mail back your DVD or something in the mail.
Yeah, right.
It it was crazy, right? I mean, who would do that now? It's. But I remember sitting there, and I was trying to convince Nokia. I said, to them, I got this award, and I remember sitting at the table going, it would be really cool, because the one guy he's no longer there, but he said to me, he goes, and I'm not trash, and I would say it in front of him here. He said there's either free or there's fantastic, and I remember taking offense to that. I go, no, I don't think that's the case. I think that there's fantastic and free together, because I chose free a lot of times because I went right to the top of a chart that other companies are paying $100,000 to try to get their product to the top of.
Right.
And I don't have that money.
Nor do you need to spend it, apparently, because you're there and they're not. I mean,
Yeah, so I'm getting the promotion without having to do that, and that's what was cool is I was trying to tell to Nokia, well, you guys are reaching 200 countries with millions and millions of users. If you thought of yourself as a CBS, NBC, or ABC who reaches maybe 15 million, you could change the game. And that's what, it's funny, that's more what Netflix has done now. Not that I had anything to do with it, but it was showing that, they did that by not taking just mailing in DVDs, but all of a sudden they go, well, why don't we become a network that reaches all of these mobile users?
Right.
So for me, that's what I want to do next. Is I really want to take Funhouse and it would be great if a studio wanted to make it into a TV show or something.
Totally.
But to me, I really see it more as if there's a way to start creating that type of content, like The Walking Dead. If you can make that content for smartphones, you could reach not only the United States would your numbers and ratings be, but you could literally reach 200 million people over your phones instead of saying, oh, well, that show reached 11 million and that's a smash hit. What if it reached 200 million? It's that type of thinking. I don't have that way to do it yet, but damn if I would love to.
Oh yeah.
And then that's what I would love the music to be with. Then all of a sudden the music soundtrack becomes, where I couldn't get it signed to, say, Warner Brothers, though I'd love it to be. All of a sudden it's like, well, what if it's a soundtrack being heard by 200 million people? Then creatively, I just got my vision heard without doing anything that anyone else would have done to try to get somewhere. You see what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
It's like I'm drawing I see a maze and I'm going, well, how do I get to that center point without even, how do I just smash those walls down and go right to the center point?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's
tough
maybe the way to
thing
start
do,
thinking
though.
about some of this stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do because, I mean, generally a lot of people, it's like I said earlier, it's one of those things where it's, oh shit, how do I break down that third wall? And there's 50,000 other people doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And you're all just kind of, it's just a matter of time before somebody finds out what to do. And then it's just who jumps on it first,
Right.
Einstein, I mean, not to be quoting Einstein, but he one of his famous quotes was that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Right.
Exactly.
So and when you actually go, okay, well, everyone's done that, and it hasn't really gotten. If 50 million people are doing it, and there's 3 stars, and then your odds are like winning a lottery. But if you actually try to do things different, and that's what's so great. Right now, you have a radio broadcast, and you're doing it, with your own technology. You own it. You're your own boss. To me, I admire that. That's breaking that mold and going, okay, I'm going to get this done. And so I heard a little bit where you're saying that you've done it for years and years, and even what you were saying, Knob, that your house was on fire or something at one point, and you still got the broadcast out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, back in 2008, we had a house fire. We lost everything, and I watched my studio burn. I watched my stuff go up in flames. And as soon as they handed me the fucking insurance, because I have everything insured, of course. This is my, this is what I do. This is like a part of me now, especially like I've been doing this 9 years. I can't stop. Anyway, as soon as I got that insurance check, I went out to fucking Daddy's Junkie Music, and I was like, I need a mixer. I made that dude's day, because I was like, I need a mixer, I need a headphone amp, I need a compressor, I need 3 microphones, 3 stands, fucking some headphones. He was like, damn. I was like, I'll take that desk. And he was like,
give me everything.
And he was so, his eyes lit up. He was like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Anyway, as soon as I had my stuff, man, I was back on the air. That fucking we had a special. In fact, we had a band come in. I was at a temporary place. I had a band come in and do an acoustic set for us, just so that like I could feel somewhat normal, knowing that my house is fucking like down to the studs. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, we the other thing is he had a goddamn tree fall on his garage
just recently.
And I set him up with one of my guys I work with. I set him up with him. I said, he'll build it for you. What was it? A fucking week that thing was down, and you have a structure built already?
Yeah, basically he said like 4 more days, and once that goes up, then I'm gonna have a full on like OFNR studio space again, which is nice.
Exactly. It's
that's the type of determination that makes it, man. I'm telling you, that's the thing that the corporations are missing, is that if you get somebody who's not that authentic, then you get a knockoff, or you get the unreal. You don't get the real deal. Right. Or Knob, you're the real deal, man.
Right, exactly.
I appreciate
that's
what
it
man. Takes.
Thank you so much for saying that, man. It really does. I appreciate that a lot. I mean, this is something for me. I'm much like a musician or yourself even. This is just my way of expressing myself. I get to talk to bands like you were saying in Africa. Man, I got friends now, like legitimate friends.
South Africa.
In fucking Finland and South Africa and Croatia, like actual people that I talk to on a regular basis, and like we share like kid pictures like of our kids growing up and stuff, you know what I mean, and like and laugh about whatever, and it's crazy. I would never have been able to do any of that if I wasn't consistently doing this, and I've never made a dime in 9 years, and I don't give a shit. I'm gonna continue doing this because it's what I love, you know what I mean? And I'm going to continue doing it. And eventually, somebody's going to be smart enough to say, you know what? This guy knows what the fuck he's talking about, and they're going to pay me some money, you know what I mean? And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it comes with the perseverance. I mean, I do believe that the people who stay at it, they're always proven right in the end, and I believe that. So that's why, like, as maybe as negative as it may sound sometimes when people talk about, like even what we were saying earlier, there's always that hope of somebody breaking through and it being a positive thing. But I do believe that it kind of starts with a mindset of the big corporations to maybe start nurturing real talent instead of just taking the cheap way out.
Absolutely. Now, before we go, I mean, I know we've talked now for quite a while. There are a few questions
you got to ask them.
I've got to ask. So,
okay.
First is, if you could go on tour with any band, dead or alive, who do you go out on tour with?
Oh God! You mean not singing, because I couldn't do it, but I'm still a huge Journey fan. I know that's horrible, but
no.
You got a little harder.
Awesome. Steve Perry. I love Steve Perry.
Steve Perry's the shit, man. Oh my God, he's the best. Like I used to do this run up here. I'm a jogger, and every morning, I don't know, he was here in LA for like a year. Every morning, Steve Perry would be coming down the hill as I'm going up it. And it was everything I could do to not stop and start singing.
Oh, God. Did you? Please tell me you did.
I didn't do it, man. I chickened out. But yeah, every morning I would see him and have to say hello. I'd say, hey, Steve, and every morning he would say it with the golden voice, man. I mean, he's still my favorite singer. And but if I had to, it would probably be 1977 Kiss, and maybe Peter Criss would let me sit behind the drum set for.
That would be cool.
You know, come on, man. If he would just let me do rock and roll night one time
Just
behind
once.
the drum set, I'd be in heaven.
Just once.
Seriously. All right, now.
I had a question real quick. I've been mostly quiet because, dude, this is Brian over here, man. JAZAN, your story is fucking incredible, dude.
It's
and
nuts.
like the ingenuity you put by. I'm just sitting here listening like it was fucking story time, man. Which is not usual. But I gotta ask because I think it's super inspiring for people out there that might be listening that are trying to think of those ways like you. To think outside the box, and you mentioned it was called an App D, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day? Okay. While you're, over the years, while you're coming up with this stuff, while you're putting the stories together, while you're making the music to it, and you're trying to kind of find that way out in terms of getting your stuff out there more, and without the budget to do it and that kind of help, can you speak to kind of like how you actually kind of would come up with that technology, or like how that kind of worked in terms of you going to people? Are you creating apps yourself? Are you like, how did that actually work, bringing that all together on your end without that backing?
I tell you, some of it is luck, but a lot of it is showing up, and what I mean by that is, when I had the idea, a lot of people get great ideas, but then they don't act on them. For instance, some of it is two parts. One's acting on it. When I got the idea for the app, next thing you know, I just started looking at all the forums and going, okay, let me just contact anyone who knows how to do something on a phone. And I found a guy in China and this is like, you remember, this is 2008, so it was just a forum, and it may have been my wife who found them, and I think it was. And I sent something going, do you know how to build stuff on a phone? And next thing you know, we spent, 6 months going back and forth, sending images and trying to figure out, okay, well, what's the font size got to be? Boring crap, but it was what we needed to do. And then I went out and bought the phones, and I tested them all. It was really, I can't believe I did it. When I think about it now, I just go, wow, how did I do that? But part of it was luck in finding the guy in China. His name was Yan Wei. And the other part of it was, and this is something that I would encourage everybody to do, the more hats you can wear, it would have been great if I would have just stuck. I used to play drums 8 hours a day. And I remember thinking, oh, God, if I die, please let there be a drum set in heaven.
Jesus, I wish I had that much diversity. I'm so much better than I am now.
That's all I ever wanted to be. But, when the band fell apart, then I go, shit, every time I'm in the band, a girlfriend causes a breakup, or the guy, can't do. So I said, I got to teach myself to play the instruments. If I'm ever going to have a chance, I got to play guitar. I got to sing. I never wanted to be a singer, never wanted to be a guitar player. So I learned it out of necessity, because if not, I would have been stuck with a bunch of demos I couldn't use. And from that, I went into the comics, which was just reaching out. Like I reached out to Kevin Conrad, the guy who worked on Kiss's Psycho Circus comics. And I took even though he didn't know me, and I just took the chance and I sent the email, he responded, and the next thing you know, working with him, he worked on those first Carnival Souls books. He taught me a lot about the comic industry, and then I said, okay, well, if I'm going to keep doing this, I've got to learn Photoshop. So I taught myself a lot of how you do Photoshop, and even though I only wanted to be a drummer, went to school for drumming, I wound up playing guitar, singing, and doing Photoshop. Graphics, and then I said, okay, well, if I want to continue doing this, I got to learn to write novels and do. So if you teach yourself as many things as you can and wear as many hats as you can, you really put all the weight on your own shoulders. But then it minimalizes the risk of failure.
Totally.
It's almost a mathematical equation at that point. The more factors that are there to make you fail, the more you can. The more that you eliminate those and learn those skills. If you really want to do it, learn every skill you can. From recording engineering to, I know how to do it all somewhat, so that I don't have to constantly be putting out
just enough,
thousands of dollars here and there.
Right. Just enough for you to be able to do what you need to do. And man, you are speaking to me right now, bro, because that's OFNR. Man, I had to learn Photoshop. I had to learn website design. I had to learn hosting. I had to learn streaming. I had to learn licensing. I had to learn all those things, because if not for me to learn them, who the fuck else was going to? You know what I mean? You'd be
paying so much money, and now you're self-contained. The thing is the value that puts in you. That's why I say the big corporations need to they need to change their thought process. When they see somebody like you, Knob, and they go, okay, this guy knows how to do 50 fucking things.
Yeah.
Then go hire that guy.
Yeah.
Then invest in that guy. That's
I was just gonna say, Jesus, man, between your ability to adapt throughout these past years and thinking years beyond what people are thinking now, somebody needs to cut you like a $60 million check and put you on staff, brother.
I've been very blessed at times. I've done okay, and it's always a struggle, because I tell you, the funny thing I found about money is that no matter how much you get, you always need more. And it's a strange thing, and it's kind of it depends on if you get to one level, you want to go to the next level. And I think that's a good thing. Yeah. But I don't think you ever should do that without remembering, that you were once at this level or you were once at that level. That's what really bugs me with some of the people I've worked with, and being, okay, I'll tell you, most of my first album was done in a studio, and it's a guy I co-wrote or co-created. I wrote it and I co-created Atomic Dreams, this graphic novel we did. Well, that came about because the guy's name was Jonathan Elias, and he owns a studio in Santa Monica. Well, he let me have the keys basically to go to his studio for 3 years. And, I was paying $8,000, $10,000 for studio time. And this guy did see my hard work, and he let me go in there at nights. And most of my first album, the tracks were done in his studio. He gave me time to grow. And at the time I was doing it, not to name drop, but there was tons of people who were coming in, because he does commercials for radios. He does the music. He did the soundtracks, but he owns a big studio. Had I not had that break from somebody who was in a better position than me, I may not have ever done what I did, So I have to, part of it is that you do have to get that break from somebody, but there was 50 things that led to me getting that break that had to do with never saying die. So and it had to do with me learning 50 skills, because even when I got that break, I had to know how to run a board, because the studio didn't come with an engineer. So I'm in there running my own stuff at 3 a.m, tracking the snake. That's what I'm trying to get at is what you were saying, Knob, that you learned 50 skills, but that gave you, you're a self-contained machine. So I think that's probably if I had any advice if anybody wanted it, that would be my advice, would be what I did was just become unstoppable. I would not, and what I mean by that is if this person couldn't do the gig or couldn't have done the job, I learned that skill. So that way the product still made it to whatever shelf I needed it to get to, if that makes sense.
Most definitely.
That totally makes sense. And one thing I just wanted to curtail this. I don't want to drag it out, man. You've been super generous with the time here, but you had mentioned you had reached out to these people on your own, and the guys you named reaching out to are probably people like Kevin Conrad you were talking about, I believe, just guys that a lot of people might be like, oh man, I'd love to reach out to this guy, but he's never going to email me back. He's never going to call me back. But having that fortitude and that attitude of well, why not? It reminds me of, I just remember like a story from, I think it was a director called Brett Ratner had sent a handwritten letter to Steven Spielberg when he was in film school. And he had asked him literally for, I think it was like a couple $100,000 just on a whim to help him finance a film, and he gave him the story, and Steven Spielberg sent him $1 million check back. So, like, you never know who's gonna actually answer that email.
It's like that quote, like, if you never ask, the answer's always no. Man, you never fucking know. You know, you send out an email, and you never fucking know what's gonna happen. You know, and then
you know how many super talented people were only 1 or 2 no's away from the big yes.
Right.
You know, and it's kind of like you mentioned Brett Ratner. Well, he took that chance to do that. And because of that, he's now this big-time producer. And I think about, okay, I mentioned The Walking Dead, and I'm a big fan of what Kirkman did. But, you know, it's funny, that was at NBC. And they developed the product, the pilot there, and then NBC passed. So imagine if he would have taken that no from NBC and never went to AMC.
Right, never went to the next
we
step.
Would not have
and with Kurtzman, didn't he actually end up going to like Frank Darabont, and he's like, yeah, I'll make that.
Exactly. If Frank Darabont hadn't stepped in, it still wouldn't have. There's so many connections that have to happen along the way. But the thing is you just have to get out there and do it. Like, and don't be afraid of the no's. Like, I get no's all the time, and it doesn't bother me.
Right, and you can't let it.
I know that yes is right around the corner.
Right.
That's the way I kind of try to look at it.
Exactly, you can't let it get to you because, again, you're right. Again, when saying, you know, if you stop at every no, man, then you're never going to get to yes, never ever. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and so now, before we let you go, there's 2 last things. One is if Brian, Josh has had to leave, unfortunately. He does give his regard and say, you know, great interview.
Cool. Thanks.
But if we were to give you an MP3 player, right, and you have it, and you have it for a month, and you give it back to us, and we, you know, you can't delete anything. What guilty pleasures might we find on there that, you know, and maybe you don't want people to know, but you're going to tell us?
You know, it's funny. You'd probably find Let It Go from Frozen or something crazy like that, and you guys would never talk to me again. But probably would be Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nice.
I would have that soundtrack on.
That's got some cool fucking music.
It really does.
Man.
It really does. And that movie is incredible. Like, if you actually know how they fucking, like, frame by frame did that shit.
Yeah.
And, like, if the camera was moved, they got to start over.
and on top of that, that's another guy who had to learn stop motion animation to do that movie.
Right, exactly.
I got one quick.
I probably never wanted to do another one because it took so long.
And
that's what those guys inspire me, because I want to be able to see my vision go to the level that they've taken theirs to. Like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, God, yeah, right.
A theme park ride. It's legendary now. If I could get any of that magic, I'd love it.
Now, so what about like a video game or something like that? Would you ever consider doing? Because I mean, that's a whole different avenue of, you know, because even The Walking Dead. Just recently, actually, you know, I'm an Xbox guy, and they give out 2 free games every month if you're a gold member. Well, they gave me The Walking Dead Season 1. Like Telltale Games game for free, and I'm playing it. It's a video game, and it's not about, like, it's in the same universe, but it's different people, so that you may run into Carl or somebody, but
like the other side of what's going on during that time frame.
Yeah, totally. And it's so fucked, dude, because like every choice you make determines like how the people react to you and what they say and shit. It's fucked, man. But it's cool.
See, I think that's a great avenue. That you just mentioned an avenue I'm dying to get into. And, you know, it's funny is I actually met with one of the guys who did The Walking Dead, one of the mobile games or something. But, you know, it's if the right deal came along to where it actually looked like, looked like the comics, where it wasn't like you don't want to look like an Atari guy on a mobile phone. You don't want to block. But if it actually had great animation, like some of these video games, I can't tell when I see the commercial. I think it's a trailer for a movie.
No doubt, man. I'm telling you, the Xbox One especially, or even PS4, whatever you're into. I'm not a fanboy by any stretch. But if you look at I'll say like Call of Duty. Okay, they're the most newest one. Kevin Spacey is in it, and when I got the game, I'm watching the like cutscene of Kevin Spacey, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no denying that's Kevin Spacey. It's not a question. Like, that's fucking Kevin Spacey. like for real. Like, I could close my eyes and that's him. Like, and I open my eyes and that's him. Like, it doesn't look boxy. It looks like him. It's fucking insane. And 30 years ago.
But now you're moving into it's funny, now you're moving into the areas that we were talking about. You could actually use that to launch a band.
Totally.
The band could be this new video game band. There's ways to think outside the box, and that's what I want to do with Carnival and Funhouse. I would love to see Carnival as a video game.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Well, honestly, man, even along the lines you were talking about for games, there's app games that look so goddamn photorealistic,
ridiculous. Yeah,
that
right on.
that you can convert. And I mean, you're a fucking genius in my book, man. I'd probably just say try looking into that, dude. Yeah, for sure. Because I'd play a fucking game. Based
I would buy an app. I would definitely buy an
man.
app in like 2 seconds. It's cool because you could have the music in there and all that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? That's
see, that's the full vision. If you're looking at China and Japan, and you open up the whole market to where there's no way a band like in a garage, or even just me doing a comic 10 years ago, could think about that. Half of China could be loving your video game.
Right. Right.
So I would be so into that, man. I would love it. Is that just I got to get the right offer at some point, hopefully.
Absolutely. All right. Well, look, man, we have talked for quite some time, and we could talk for another hour easy, another 2 probably easy. It's been such a pleasure, man. I'm so glad that we finally, after all these years, been able to like actually catch up, because I've been such a fan of like what you were doing then, talking now, looking at the new stuff, man. I was reading through the Funhouse because you'd sent that over, man, and everybody should go get it. Go get it on Google Play. You can get it for free. You know what I mean? Like, cool. Go get that shit right now. Like, while it's free, it's and it's just so cool. I mean, some of those graphics. I mean, even though like there's that dude like with the melted face and he's like clawing at you, man. I was like, whoa, man, that would be so awesome in like a fucking horror movie game. You know what I mean? Like, that would be dope.
I got to give props to Rudy Vasquez. He's an amazing artist. And Juan Cacra does the colors. I mean, to me, without those guys, that would not look like that. I'm honored to work with them.
And I think it's cool too that you put in like storyboard stuff, like ideas and stuff like that. I was scrolling through and I'm like, man, you really get a full idea of like where some of the thought process was, like, paneling and all this cool shit, man. It's really a great read. It's like 241 pages, man. Go and get it right now. And I noticed that a bunch of your other stuff is up there for free too, so everybody just download all that shit, man, because it's so good. Get the music to go along with it. We're gonna play that in a second.
Can I just ask one more question real quick, brother?
Brian, go ahead.
Sure.
Cool. I appreciate it, man, because dude, you're my mind is blown.
Well, thanks.
Have you ever thought of or looked into, and I'm assuming you probably have at some point, but looked into either creating like 30-minute episodic or like a short kind of
nice
film based on your books, and maybe not making exactly like it is, because obviously, like with The Walking Dead, there's a translation from a live action.
Game of Thrones, same thing, yeah.
You might have to make some adaptation in terms of like what you're able to pull off if there's certain effects or things like that. But have you ever looked into translating that into a serial? Whether it's like, a webisode of 22 minutes here, but maybe breaks a novel up into chapters. Or even one like full length, hour and a half like feature based off, on an independent level of any of your graphic novels. with your music?
Well, it was funny. I was with William Morris Endeavor for a little bit. They were kind of the agent, and we had some talks when I was there about doing something like that, like maybe more webisode type of things. But my vision for Carnival would really be more like an HBO series, like kind of like Carnival was. That was a great feature. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Carnival's
Carnival's awesome. I love the main
related series out there.
I forget that guy's name. Ian McShane, I think it is.
Yeah, but so I would love to see it done like that with that type of look. But Funhouse, I really see more as like kind of like The Walking Dead. I think Funhouse would make a great series on, even type of a Netflix.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of holding out. So
kind of like how like Marvel
vision.
does the Daredevil thing now, or Jessica Jones.
And that's the thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, Daredevil.
We talk about the music industry and comic industry. Well, the TV industry now has dramatically changed when we start talking about webisodic content. Things that are on Netflix, like Orange Is the New Black, or any of these other shows. They're strictly on Netflix, or they're strictly on Hulu, or they're, you know what I mean? Like, we're totally inundated now with new ways of getting that. I can go and binge on fucking Orange and be caught up in a day if I wanted to. You know what I mean? I had to sit there all day and watch the fucking show, but I could do that. And it's kind of neat. When we start talking about that kind of stuff. I think it's kind of.
Yeah, I think it's the new technology. I really see the stuff I'm doing going in that direction.
Totally.
Even if it bridges out to like globally, the fact that you can get it on smartphones and tablets means, that somebody in China or Africa could get to see the whole Funhouse series, in one download. It'd be amazing.
Totally.
In terms of that translation, would you ever, for your, because you have different, you have the app CD you were talking about, you also have the novel to the music, being interested in the video game realm, would you ever create a property with the sound that was strictly something that you could watch directly, that you can only get watching and listening to the music to, as opposed to a book or a compilation, whether it be app CD or something like that? Would you create something along those lines that's directly for a watching vision, that's like you can only get it that way?
Well, see, that's where, it's kind of like that the big corporations have to come in. It's, for me, I'm doing everything independent, so I'm kind of funding everything. And, but if Netflix or somebody like that ever wanted to do an original content that's not graphic novels, I think that could actually be cool if the right, storytelling's kind of storytelling, no matter what format it is either good or bad. Mm-hmm. So for me, I would look at the format and go, well, what could we do different? And maybe there's some cool things that would lend itself to that type of 30-minute, keeping people on the edge of their seat waiting for the next, installment. And I think that could be cool. I think if you did it and you delivered it in a way that was good for the format, I think it could be a real success. I don't know if that answers the question or not.
No, definitely, man. That's just the thought process that you have behind stuff just blows me away. You gave me, honestly, just at a serious level, like, as a guy with a band and other like related projects, you've given me a lot of inspiration tonight just talking about this kind of stuff in terms of the way you think. I think it's amazing.
I'm glad I could, man.
And thank you so much.
Thank you for the compliment. That's very nice, man.
All right, now before we let you go, the very last thing I need from you, bro, because we could sit here for days, I think, and chat. And please do not be a stranger, man. And contact me anytime for sure.
Cool. Same with you, man. Anytime.
And
can we have you back sometime?
Yeah,
man?
we need. I think we might, man. We definitely need to do that. But before we let you go, dude, I need to have an artist ID. I need to have a JAZAN Wild, and these guys are tuned into OFNR. I need to have that, man.
Cool. You got it.
So anytime you're ready.
Okay, let's go with it. This is JAZAN Wild. Tune into OFR and enter. the House of Horrors.
Nice. Fucking A right, man. JAZAN, dude, thank you so much, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. We've had such a good time here tonight.
I loved it, man. This has been great. I love talking shop.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much.
Hey, guys, you take care.
Everybody go
and have a happy Halloween.
You too, man.
You too, brother.
Everybody go and get that graphic novel right now. Go and do that. JAZAN, thank you so much. We're going to play some music. We're going to be back with the news. Don't go anywhere. It's Official Effing Radio. Take it easy, JAZAN.
Hey, man, you guys take care.
Have a good night.
You too, brother.
All right, bye-bye.
There you go, man. That was fucking incredible. I need a break. I don't know about you guys.
That dude. I just honestly, no joke, no like blowing smoke.
You've got a boner. I know you do.
For the first 45 minutes, I had to sit there. I mean, first of all, his story with like the Gene Simmons thing and how that came about, and the AppD, and talking to those people at those other corporations like Nokia and all that, and giving them advice, and like Netflix, and seeing things that they've done since then. That shit is fucking mind blowing. And on top of that, just the stick-to-itiveness, I can't really think of a better word, but fortitude to keep going that way, and finding all these different outlets, and having the brass balls to reach out to these people that most people, dude, you know it, man. You know it. You got to know it. Sit in their basement and go, oh, my God. I would even do this. Sitting going, hey, man, oh, man, it'd be great if I could reach out to so-and-so. They're probably not going to read my email. Fuck it. It's a waste of my time, whatever.
Well, dude, Howard, that's me, dude. I think about that shit all the time. Oh, I should totally, I know he's going to throw that shit out because he says it on the air. Like, I throw these out every day.
But you never know, man. And look at him. He's reached out to Kevin Conrad. I
know. And it's
amazing.
And that's the thing, it's one of those situations where you just, my mind is pretty much mush, and we're gonna get to the news, but this is again one of those nights that I kind of came into this with a tude because I've not been having the greatest of days. I'm unemployed.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm just unemployed, and I'm sitting around the house like and I do what I got to do here, but it's still like I'm not providing for my family. I'm not man. And so
everyone listening loves you, and we love you,
and
man.
so it's kind of cool to have a fucking interview like this, and now my spirits are totally changed, dude. 100, like a 180 degree. Here's a guy that I've been following since 06, since I started, dude. Like, that's no joke. We've been playing JAZAN Wild since 06, 07.
And look at the change.
And it's like, holy fuck. Yeah. Dude, it's funny because he hit me up today just to like go over some details, make sure like we're all on the same page. And he was like, so is it the Neil and Bob show still? And I'm laughing at myself because like Neil and Bob lasted like 10 weeks, but he remembered that was the name of the fucking deal. Like, so it's like, to me, it's one of those things where it's like a mutual respect of I love what he's doing. He loves what I'm doing, and it's cool, man. And I'm just amped up now from this interview. I need to go have a cigarette. I'm going to play some fucking JAZAN Wild. You guys are going to keep it loud.
I just want just one thing to point out before you even do that cigarette, brother. Not only, remember last week we were talking about like the quality of stuff, should have like a warning or whatever, right. Like when we were talking about parental stuff. Not only is this guy thinking outside the box and doing that, but listening to his music and listening to the product, not only is he's not a guy that's thinking, hey, let's do this revolutionary kind of thing. Let's think outside the box and then it's meh. His music's dope.
It's fucking
his
dope.
His book is dope. So the quality of thought and the innovation and the balls, all of that aligns, and that is that man's.
And that book is really dope. Like
it is, dude.
I'm not fucking. I know I sent that shit to you last week. And, as like homework, just so that we could be prepared for tonight. And dude,
I did the whole motherfucker in one sitting.
It's like, yeah. And I mean, once you get past the initial story, it's kind of a lot of, like I was saying, storyboarding and ideas and stuff like that. So it's not as much of a reading, but you got to get through that first fucking, it's 30-page whatever of like actual setup and like, yeah, it's cool, man. It's fucking really good. Go ahead and get that from Google Play right now. Go and get it. Get it on your iPhone, I guess you can't get it on your iPhone. You don't have Google Play. Go fuck yourself. Get it on your Android. Get it on your fucking computer. Go and get it as soon as you possibly can. Download it, whatever. Even if it's a couple bucks, man, it's totally worth every fucking cent. We're going to be back in just a little bit. Here is a song that JAZAN was talking about, dude. He said rock and roll will never die, and I kind of agree with him. And here's the song to prove it. We'll be back in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. It's Official Laughing Radio, Indie 180 on Metal Fortress Radio, on Indie Authority on Thursday. You might be tuned in then. And we'll be back in just a little bit.
For Tuesday.
Driving to the way.
Two for Tuesday.
It's alright, I'm okay. Not trying to make it better. It's a long road I must take to end this bittersweet day. Yeah. Time for levity come full circle. Control so out of reach. As all my sins come back to haunt me. A cold reality I never see. And as the darkness now consumes me, may darkness find me hard to take. It's alright, I'm okay. Not trying to make it better. It's a long road I must take to end this bittersweet. I feel so stronger than before. If my fears don't overtake me when the lights go out, I'm sure to end this bittersweet day. It's getting harder the farther I go. No use helping, I'm better alone. My hands are shaking, so I know that I'm still alive. Some higher power wants to show her face. Heaven knows I could use some grace. It's been a few days, but I swear it seems like 7 years. 7 years. It's alright, I'm okay. I'm not trying to make it better. It's a long road I must take to end this bittersweet. I feel so stronger than before. If my fears don't overtake me when the lights go out, I'm sure to end this bittersweet day. A bittersweet day.
Poopy. Cocky, feces, excrement, FN radio. We are the shit, and they are just poop stains. Camel shit, feces, bad dung, guano. What do they all have in common? FN radio.
Go, it's OFNR, FN radio, official fucking new radio, to be precise. Simulcast over at the Metal Fortress. Shoutouts to Tommy and Lady Rose. Flash said he was tuning in tonight. Thank you, Flash, for tuning in. Misbehavior, of course. You can see You can see all those people, including myself, this Friday night. The Metal Fortress birthday bash. It's gonna be a fucking awesome party. Let me tell you. And in fact, I don't have to tell you. I'll just play the fucking ID. How about that? That sounds like a good idea. Normal mornings. Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
But it's so serene.
Metal mornings.
That's the wrong one. Here.
Friday, October the 30th. It's Friday Night Fright Fest. Just like Mother used to make at Cook's Cafe.
Well. Devil's Night is upon us again.
It's time to celebrate Halloween style. Metal Fortress is 1 year old. Plus, it's Beast's and Mrs. Behavior's birthday too.
Happy birthday to you.
So we're hosting a birthday party, guaranteed to make you scream. $8 admission, unless you come in costume. Then it's only $5. There's even going to be music and entertainment from James and Johnson, Divided Silence, Delusion, Continuum, Agrippa 93, Wreckage, Shadow Kingdom, and headliner Havoc Hate. OFNR will be broadcasting live all evening. Friday, October 30th, Cook's Cafe, 203 Church Street, Naugatuck, Connecticut. It's time to celebrate and crank it up.
That was actually a lot of fun to do.
That sounded awesome.
That laugh at the end is me, and then I did a whole bunch of cool stuff to it to make it way cooler. But it is me just doing a fucked up laugh, and then I swirled it around and all kinds of fun shit.
I like that voice you used for most of it, like the effect on the center red.
Little gremlin voice.
Yeah, I did that. I actually I wish I still kept the original, because the original sounds way different than that. I did it way more jovial and normal voice. Mm-hmm. And then I listened to it. I was like, man, this sounds so wrong. There's all this cool ambient cool stuff. And I was gonna actually have Brenda cut the vocals, but we just couldn't work out the schedule. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it kind of like she had suggested and do it all gremlin evil and and sure enough, there it is. We've got 10 minutes. We're not going to get through all this news in 10 minutes. I don't know.
We can power hour it, bro.
You think so?
We can power hour. We'll be fast.
Do you want to do Monolithic Music Minute? Do you have any shows besides Friday?
I do. Just two, man. I mean, my first one was obviously plug Metal Fortress's birthday. This Friday, October 30th, Cook's Cafe. You got Temujin's Shadow Kingdom. You have Havocate, Continuum, who are always fucking awesome. James and Johnson, who's opened up acoustically. Ton of bands. Only $5. Get your ass down there and celebrate.
$5 if you got a costume. $8 if you don't. I'm just making sure you guys understand that. Come in costume. I mean, really.
Come in your costume, too.
Come in your costume.
By the end of the night, you're going to come either from the music or fucking in the bathroom.
Whatever.
You're gonna come. But the other one is this Saturday, and it's my show, Monolithic Music. We present Halloween Horror. We got 2 awesome touring bands, Sirens and The Fine Constant, for fans of Between the Buried and Me. Animals as Leaders. Also, Mile Marker Zero. We've had them on the show. They are a great bunch of dudes. They're doing their crazy Halloween set for 50 minutes. It's an audio-visual, screen-timed, awesome show. Plus, Orcumentary, awesome fucking artist from Connecticut. If you don't know who Orc is, you need to check that motherfucker out and pick up his new album. Video premiere from Growlix, a 10-minute short film inspired by Night of the Dead, plus a full set. Eddie Crash coming down and doing his Pounding Fathers drunk shtick. And, I'm missing some. Oh, and Teenagers from Mars, a Misfits tribute band, doing the full thing. $100 cash prize for the costume contest winner. 7 o'clock to 2 a.m. Get drunk, $10. Awesome time. That's it for me.
Absolutely. Everybody go check all that out. Of course, here at OFNR, November is Govember. Go out to shows, go out to venues, support your scene. Man, we've lost quite a few really great places now. The Room has closed their doors. So long to The Room. The legendary Dobbs in fucking Pennsylvania closed its doors.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Dude, we just played there on tour this summer.
The legendary Dobbs is now no longer the legendary Dobbs. It has closed its doors. So don't think that you could just go anytime. Oh, I'll go next time. I'll go next time. Well, guess what? Next time may not fucking come. Tomorrow is not a guarantee. Get out to your local venues and go now. Go today.
And if you do that, you can save venues like the Space.
Like
They're
the
now
Space.
around.
Like they're not. Yeah, exactly. Because of the community, because of people enough to say, you know what, we need to help these guys. You know, we lost The Room. We lost Legendary Dobbs, which is out in PA. We've lost so many venues over the years. The LNG, so many. And it's sad. And it shouldn't have to be. If you go
Daniel
out,
Street.
If we go out to shows and we support not only the artists, but the venues that make sure that those artists have a place to play. And seeing a place like The Room go out of business pisses me off because that's one of the only places that you can have a fucking all-ages show. And now it's fucking gone. And all because, not enough people go. And you know what sucks? I never went. I always said, I'll go next time. And I feel like a fucking total asshole now because that place is gone and I never fucking stepped foot in it. And that sucks. And I kick myself in the ass every fucking day. And I'm just as guilty as everyone else, man. Get out to these local fucking venues and support them. Buy fucking merch from local bands. Get out and pay your $5 fucking cover. You know what?
And for these awesome venues that are out there, you love Cherry Street, you love Cooks, you love All Stars, you love the Space Ballroom, the Space, you love all those places, you love City Limits, wherever. Keep going.
Right.
Don't just go once. Keep fucking going.
Right.
And see all the great talent we have in Connecticut and the ones that pass through.
And you're
They're
also
cool motherfuckers.
And you're also gonna really find some really wonderful fucking people in this scene, man.
Damn right.
The guys in Cyperna, the guys in The Shape, yourself included. The guys in Into the Coven, Josh,
Kalima,
and Kalima, and fucking, Continuum, Eyes of the Fucking Dead. As much as horseshit as I give them, they're great fucking people. They're actually
they'll find you.
They're actually great fucking people that you actually go, you know what? This is a great fucking dude. I actually kind of like hanging out with this guy. Like, he's an all right dude, He's good fellas.
Well, that's kind of the cool thing about all that listening and showing up. Hey, man, if people know me or you from this show, come talk to us.
Yeah, man.
We're there.
Absolutely. If you're out this Friday and you are at, the Cook's Cafe, please come on over. Tell me that you've tuned in on Metal Fortress. Tell me you've tuned in on OFNR. Tell me that we suck. I mean, I don't even give a shit if you tell me that. That's cool too, man.
Tell us you're offended. Tell us why you're offended.
Yeah, please, because this way we can, make sure we offend you some more.
The complaints department will tell you in person. Give you an expedited response.
No doubt, for sure. Look, we are like 6 minutes shy. I'm not even going to bother. We will.
Okay.
We will get to the news next week. I think maybe if I can get one of these, let me see if this one works.
Can we at least do douchebag a week? Because there's always a douchebag.
I was going to do for the week, instead of any of that, I was going to go grab Paco and we were going to do a quick bad lib.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's do it.
So we can either do douchebag of the week or we can do bad lib.
Let's do bad lib.
All right. Let me go and see if I can grab Paco here. Hang on a second. Let me go grab his ass. I'll be right back. Come on, man. Let me in, man. Come on. Hey, come on, guys. Let me in, man, please.
Hey, it's that time again. Time for another band lib with Paco Suave.
Yes, hello. Okay. Fucking okay. Chill out. Jesus Christ. Turn that shit down. Turn that fucking down. Okay. Hey, my name is Paco Suave, and it's bad lib time, man. What's up, Brian? How you doing?
What's up, Paco? Your burritos gave me horrible shits last week. Your tacos.
Man, you know, what can you tell me, man? You know, I told you it was going to give you the shits, man.
I sensed a little bit of fucking motor oil in them.
Yeah, man, there was a little motor oil. There was a little motor oil. There was a little bit of quesadillas, a little bit of sriracha. You know, I might have came in it. You know, I'm just saying.
I wonder what that was mayo-like substance was.
Right. Okay, so we're going to try to do this really quick because we got 4 minutes before we have to get the fuck out of here. Before they throw us out. And this probably is going to take us longer than 4 minutes, but it is what it is. So, I need a verb.
Conjugal visiting.
Conjugal visiting. I need a noun, a plural one.
Chicken fucking.
Chicken fucking. Okay. Describe the chicken fucking to me.
Gloriously brutal.
Gloriously brutal. Brutal. Okay, give me a noun.
Trombone.
Trombone. I tell you, did you watch the Hell in the Cell?
I loved it.
It was really fucking good this week. Okay, give me a part of the body. I need a part of the body.
Pinky toe.
A pinky toe. The Hell in the Cell match, Undertaker versus the fucking Brock Lesnar. That shit was crazy, man. That was a brutal ass fucking match.
Reigns and Lesnar were good too, man.
That was a good match, man. Yeah, okay. I need a plural noun now.
Dead hookers.
Dead hookers. They have feelings too. Mm-hmm. I need a verb ending in ing.
Bone sawing for Halloween.
Bone sawing. Okay. I need 4 parts of the body. 4 separate parts of the body that you would bone saw.
Cock. Balls.
Tits and anus?
No, I was thinking more so intestines.
Intestines.
For some gore.
Okay.
And esophagus.
Oh, an esophagus. Oh, yeah. Thank you, God, for fucking computers. Because I wouldn't... Okay, describe the esophagus to me.
Worm-filled.
Worm-filled? A worm-filled... You are very morbid this evening. I need another part of the body.
The love machine.
Love machine, okay. A noun?
A noun. I'm trying to.
How about the vagina? We have not used the vagina yet.
Vagina would be good.
Vagina is always good. Okay, so now I need 4 different descriptive words.
Slutty.
Slutty.
Cantankerous.
Cantankerous. Fuck you.
That's why I'm doing it now. Fucking crusty.
Fucking and crusty.
Crusty.
Fucking crusty, okay. And one more.
And straight up shitty.
Shitty, okay. I need a noun.
Parking lot.
Parking lot. I need a verb.
Fucking.
Fuck. Okay, an adjective.
Whorish.
Whorish. I need a verb. Goonie.
Murder.
Murder. Okay. I need an adjective.
Ghoulie.
Ghoulie. I need an adverb. Those usually end in the ly.
Wonderfully.
Wonderfully. Okay. I need a part of the body.
Shin bone.
Okay. I need a word that ends in shun, like election.
Erection.
Erection. I need an adverb that usually ends in ly, like swimmingly.
Disgustingly.
Disgustingly. Okay, we're almost done here. Almost done. Okay, I need a verb.
It doesn't have to end in anything specific.
No, just a regular verb.
Plow.
Plow. Okay, I need 2 descriptive words, 2 adjectives.
Cocksuckerish.
Cocksuckerish.
And fatty.
Fatty. And okay, one last thing, I need a noun.
Adam's apple.
Adam's apple. Okay, here's the list of shit that you just came up with. Conjugal visiting, chicken fucking, gloriously brutal, trombone, pinky toe, dead hookers, bone sawing, cock, balls, intestines, esophagus, worm-filled, love machine, vagina, slutty, cantankerous, fucking crusty, shitty, parking lot, fuck, whorish, murder, ghoulie, wonderfully, shin bone, erection, disgustingly, plow, cocksuckerish, fatty, Adam's apple.
Quite a list.
It's quite a list. Now, I've hit the goddamn button. I'm waiting for it to Okay, there it goes. This, Brian Almeida. This. Oh, Jesus. This, Brian, this is. Oh, this is bad. Brian, this is how you use a tampon. This is really bad. This might be the worst bad lib to date. And we've been doing
bad
this.
As in not good or bad as in like...
We've been doing this a long time. This is bad. Okay. How to use a tampon according to Brian Almeida. Relax. It's much easier to conjugal visit a tampon when you're relaxed. It usually takes a few tries before being able to comfortably conjugal visit the tampon, so don't worry. A tampon is actually made of 2 chicken fuckings. Tampon itself that you insert into your body, and the gloriously brutal trombone that you use to insert it. Step 1. Wash your pinky toe and then unwrap the tampon. The slim applicator tip should be rounded, and dead hookers should hang out of the bottom of the applicator. If you notice any flaws, do not use. While holding the applicator, gently pull on the dead hookers to make sure they're firmly attached. You don't want any loose dead hookers. Number 2. Get comfortable. Try bone sawing on the toilet with cock apart and standing with one ball on the toilet seat. Number 3. Insert the applicator. Hold the applicator plunger using your intestines and middle finger.
That is brutal, dude.
Place the applicator tip.
Can't even get it out. I have never seen you rendered speechless.
Place the applicator tip into your esophagus at the 45-degree angle. Now gently slide the worm-filled tapered applicator all the way into your love machine until your fingers touch your body. Number 4. Push the tampon inside. Push the plunger all the way into the vagina with your slutty finger. This will release the tampon. The plunger should now be inside the vagina. Still holding the plunger, gently pull out the cantankerous applicator. The tampon should now be comfortably inside you in its fucking crusty place with the dead hookers outside your body. Oh my god. After you have the tampon, place the used applicator back into the shitty parking lot and throw it away. Do not fuck the Horace applicator under any circumstances. Number 5, any discomfort. The tampon may not be far enough inside. If this happens, just murder the tampon and try again with a ghouly one. You won't feel anything when the tampon is wonderfully in place. And number 6, I'm fucking crying over here. Number 6 is the removal. Because once you get it in, you gotta get it out. Once you try to get it out, you got to relax your shin bone. Try getting into the position you used during erection. Gently pull down the dead hookers. The tampon should slide out disgustingly. Plow the cocksucker's tampon and place it in an appropriate fatty Adam's apple. That was really... I'm leaving. Go fuck yourself, San Diego. This is Paco Suave saying, get the fuck out of here. I'm out of here. Bye. Holy crap. Oh, wow.
That was amazing.
That was really, really fucking difficult. Oh, my God. Holy fuck.
Please post that.
Holy God.
And tag me.
Dude, that was amazing. That had to be one of the best ever Bad Libs ever. I mean, like, I literally have tears running down my fucking face. Holy crap. That was incredible. Oh my God. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Paco Suave for stopping by. Back to the closet with you, sir. Back to the closet. Ugh. We are 7 minutes overdue to end this fucking show. I want to thank Metal Fortress. Happy 1 year birthday. We'll say it here on Indie 180. Happy 1 year.
Happy birthday.
To Metal Fortress Radio. Happy birthday to the Beast. Happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday, Misbehavior. Happy birthday, Jesse James of Posidemic Entertainment. Happy birthday.
And happy Halloween, listeners.
Yes. Happy birthday to Tommy Crane of fucking Borgo fucking Pass from fucking New York, which we're going to end with tonight. Holy crap. If you missed any portion of this show, the amazing fucking interview, thank you. Thank you, Jason Wild.
Buy his shit right now. Watch it. Read it.
It's free. Go get it on Google Play right now. Go get the fucking novel Funhouse of Horrors today. Right now. It's on the Indie 180 group page. Go and get it on Google Play for free. Oh. God damn.
Great show.
Great fucking show, Brian. Thank you so much, as always, for being a part of Indie 180, man.
Thank you, brother.
If you missed any portion of this show, or if you just want to hear it again, make sure you tune in to the Indie Authority on Thursday at 4 p.m. From 4 to 7. Take us home with you. That was an amazing interview with JAZAN Wild, so you're going to want to hear it again. Trust me when I tell you.
Everything about this show was amazing, from the opening to the ending.
And if you were offended, then we did our job.
Hello?
Tomorrow is Thursday. Modern rock mixed with metal. No, tomorrow's Wednesday. Holy fuck. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Modern rock mixed with metal, mixed with independent tunes. At 1 p.m., it's Turbo's fucking Asylum. An all-music edition, a very rare all-music edition of the Asylum. Check it out. Rock, metal, and fucking independent tunes from Turbo. At 8 p.m., you can check out Keith from the Underground and Below. I think he's coming in. I haven't heard otherwise, so expect him here. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Thursday, modern rock mixed with metal, mixed with independent tunes. But in the morning, you're going to switch it on over to Metal Fortress for the Metal Morning Monday Drive. Because you want to wake up with the Metal fucking Fortress with Flash and Misbehavior and Tommy and Lady Rose. I mean Beast. Sorry, Tommy. Of course, you can check out New Rigel Radio at noon, from noon to 2 for the fucking Hard Rock Lunchbox with DJ Perlman. Go check it out. Hit up the chat room. Tell them OFNR sent you. Tell them Indie 180 sent you. Tell them to fucking play some Fear the Masses and In the Red. They'll do it. I made sure of it. Well, at least the In the Red part. They were playing Fear the Masses before I got there. What else? Thursday tomorrow at 4. Thursday at 4. You can check us out on Indie Authority. Friday, of course, starts off the all-independent weekend, all weekend long. Friday night, we will be at Cook's Cafe, broadcasting live. I'm going as fucking Baymax because metal makes me a better healthcare companion, goddammit. Saturday is Halloween. Happy Halloween to all you out there. Please, please, please be fucking safe on Halloween.
To the Space Ballroom.
Go to the Space Ballroom. Check out Monolithic Music Presents. I'll be out with the kids trick-or-treating. Then I'm going to the in-laws to hang. So, it is what it is. When you got the kids, you got to take them trick-or-treating. Just
of course.
Got to happen. And Sunday is more all-independent music, but at 7, it's the Syndicated Syndicast. Sundays at 7 from the metal fucking syndicate right to your ear holes. To your ear pussies, if you will. It's the Syndicated Syndicast, Sundays at 7. Their awesome podcast, the Metal Syndicast, each and every week right here on Sunday at 7 p.m. Check it out. Monday is Metal Monday. And then Tuesday, it's the Grunge Garage all day long. Grunge music, 90s music up till 5 p.m. At 5 p.m., it's Livewire with Lady Spitfire and Kazaz. Brand new show here to OFNR. We just played it today. And I'm digging it. It's not as produced as, say, this show, but I like the music that she played, and I like a lot of the conversations they were having. It's a good fucking show. Check it out every Tuesday, 5 to 7 or 8, depending on if she does a 3-hour show. Then, of course, at 8 o'clock, we're back right here on OFNR Indie 180. We have no guests scheduled for next week, but that could totally change between now and then. So, Brian, if you know a band, know of a band.
Oh, I got you.
Let's hook that up. And of course,
so we'll see all you assholes next week.
The 10th, we've got Shallow Ground.
Oh, yeah.
And then the 24th, we've got They Are Coming Back, Vision Within. We are about a week, maybe 2, a month at the very, very most before OFNR Studios is open. I can't wait.
Nice.
I'm having a huge party. I'm telling you right now. And, Brian, there's not going to be no Skyping. You're going to come to the party and hang.
Oh, I'm coming.
And I'm coming as well. So, OFNR, we are now fucking 15 minutes overdue. We are out of here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank you so much to Meta Fortress for simulcasting Indie 180.
Yeah, we got the Raw overrun tonight.
Indie Authority for syndicating. Thanks to Cold Cock Whiskey, aged American herbs, like green tea, hibiscus, eucalyptus, green tea, and ginger, and ginkgo, and many others. Smooth taste, no whiskey burn. Take your shot, coldcockwhiskey.com. And, of course, blow paste. Make your dick a toothbrush or something like that. I'm going to just play their commercial. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to follow it up with Borgo fucking Pass for Tommy Crane. My name is Knob. He is Brian Almeida.
Yo, yo.
Brian Almeida.
And we are out of here.
See you next week.
Brian, thanks so much, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Talk
Thank you.
Talk to you next week.
See you Friday.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Peace.
Don't let another blissful moment go.